And we're back to Red Skies. I keep on wanting to call it Red Tide because that's originally what I was going to call it. But it's Red Skies. Um,
True.
last time, you guys left the camp in the morning and headed on over to the ruined tower. You kind of spent your time going through the ruined tower. First, you kind of went up, looked over sort of the stuff, kind of got a better view of the lay of the land that you could see from there. And then you found that went down into the basement of it and found that there was some broken stuff in there, some broken tables and chairs and stuff, and eventually found a secret, like a hidden panel, a secret panel that led to some stairs that went down. Going down the stairs, you found that this portion of the thing was older, like much older, but also lived in, or at least lived in at sometime in the last few weeks. You had found supplies, you found beds, you found portions of it collapsed, but making it all the way to the bottom, you found a cove, a sea cove, a sea cave that had been that's clearly was storing goods of variety of sorts. Fortunately, I didn't get a chance to go back over the last session, so I don't have exactly everything for you in your list of stuff, but we'll get that eventually. And there you discovered that there was a way out into the ocean. There was a docks there. You found a dead man who had been branded with a T, as well as some drugs that led to a little bit of an intra-party squabble when one
Yummy,
person
yummy.
decided the other person shouldn't have the drugs. So, so
No more drugs. Supposedly.
Withdrawals.
yeah. So at this point in time, you guys are still in the Sea Cove. That is still here at this point in time. So what do you wish to do? You guys are kind of in this lower portion of the tunnel down here. And what do you guys want to do?
Well, I definitely like the idea of making this into a more defensible position because there's a lot of supplies here, and taking it all to our camp is going to be difficult.
True.
Well, and that's fine. The only thing that I have, the only caveat is that people have been here recently. Whoever pirates or whatever that have been using this space have been here recently. They killed a guy over there, the trader, recently, and they'll be back. We could only assume, and they're gonna be mad
We'll just fight them.
and then so that's what we're facing exactly. If we don't get rescued first.
Fight them or we'll leave first.
What does
What do you say to that, fellow crewmates?
I think that sounds like a good plan. We can move
I mean-
down here.
It's a little risky, but if we want to do it, let's do it.
I mean, we don't know what the lizard people are, friendly or foely.
Yeah, but if we return their A, well, I don't know. Maybe they think we stole them.
I speak Malaz. It'll probably be fine. How different can the language be?
Well, different places have very different dialects.
Probably
We've
pretty
been around a
isolated
lot of
here.
different spots. And they're definitely an
Right.
isolated spot.
don't know what
so
Well, so in that case, are we trying to go back to the camp and then tell everybody to move here?
Yeah.
Cool. Does John have any objections?
That seems like what he wanted to do, but he hasn't weighed in on this.
My mic broke.
He said his mic is broke.
Your mic broke.
I mean,
Get
I
a
heard
new
him say
mic,
that, so maybe
bro.
it's not as broken as he thinks.
So what do you want, John?
I mean, I'm good with going and telling them. That's fine.
He said he's good with going and telling him.
Cool.
John, why don't you move at this end of the couch and then you can speak.
You can hit me.
'Cause then you can hit them.
But you can't touch your dice, so
I will
Can't-
not.
You can't touch virtual dice.
I'm still trying to figure this out.
Although the way they rolled last time, I don't think it matters if anybody touched them or not.
Yeah.
Was bad.
So what do you guys plan? Or do you wish to continue discussing? Excuse me.
I
I'm
don't
good
know. I
with
think we
telling
should return
people.
those. Those eggs are somebody's babies. We should give them their babies back.
We could take that, leave everything else here, and then head
Maybe
on
keep
over.
one for
One egg.
raise it as our own.
Yeah.
Well, we take one to just so we have them. Like we don't damage them. No omelets.
We could say, "Are these yours?" And if they say yes, then we say, "Well, we have more." We'd like to
Yeah,
give you.
no. I think it's best just to bring the whole bunch. Are these yours? But what if they aren't theirs and it's actually their enemy's tribe and they eat them all?
That's between
Well-
them and their enemy, right?
Yeah, that's not our problem.
Huh.
Keep them busy. Won't bother us while they're fighting each other, or whatever.
I hope so.
Well, they're not going to do us any good. They're just more mouths to feed. We don't know how to take care of these unless we eat them. They're
Well, I'm
just
not.
going to be a problem.
That's all I'm saying.
We're not prepared to take care of babies.
And do we know they're lizards, or is someone going to be queen of dragons?
Yeah. Does Rhux know that they're? Did he identify the eggs or not?
They're Malas. I already figured that out.
Yeah, you figured out they
Not
were
mine.
Chameleon people.
Malazan of some sort. I'm just not sure
Okay.
which ones. He is pretty sure they're not Alak because they don't look similar to the eggs he's seen, growing up.
Well,
Well, are we going to bring everyone here?
I'd
John.
mute the other mic.
Stop it.
yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, right? Bring everybody here, or in this general area, right? Bed everybody down, and
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Okay.
everybody gets well, and
Okay.
I'm gonna
You
I don't know.
guys.
grab a few fruits for later for the journey.
There was apples. That was it. They were
Yeah.
somewhat okay, but they're
It's better
definitely
than not okay.
they're definitely
Edible?
they're edible, but they're getting towards the side where you'd be like, okay,
I'll
I'm
eat
still
part
eating
of
because I'm
them.
hungry. Kind of.
We can make Applejack with them.
All right, so
Yeah.
you guys
It's my
head
favorite cereal.
back up the tower, out through the front door, and back towards your camp. As you get close to camp, oops, that's the wrong one. That's not the one I meant to open up. But as you get close to camp, you hear sounds of shouting. And basically you hear a voice you hear over top of everybody is Barsk. It's very clear you can hear Barsk because he's shouting, quick, help the little girl, she's surrounded by them. And given that, we will do some initiative because danger is
Wow.
afoot.
Danger.
afoot.
It's afoot. It's
There's
also
no feet
a
here.
yard. Let me get these guys into.
I don't know, the little girl's never incredibly friendly.
And
The
I'll
rest of
get
it's okay.
you guys in
He has
there.
arms.
All right, I'm going to roll all the NPCs, so get ready for a whole bunch of dice. Just saying.
Just constant
That's
dice
a lot
noise.
of NPC.
Just telling you, get ready for a whole lot of dice. That's all I was saying. All right. That was all the NPCs, not just the creatures. That was also all the NPCs. All right. Has everybody rolled initiative?
I have not.
Iylis and
I
Praedyth
have
are
to
still
find mine.
on their way. So you can hear screams are the wrong word, like shouts and things like that. Barsk is certainly trying to direct some kind of what sounds like defense of the camp. Now the visual that you have here actually is slightly off because you shouldn't have Fog of War. No, you Fog of Exploration is off. You're supposed to be able to, but I want you to have token vision because you kind of have trees and stuff in the way, and I didn't want to put up certain things. But I have a funny feeling your tokens don't have the right vision distance. They do not. But let me update everybody real quick.
Wow.
And you'll be able to start seeing things, or seeing more things.
I can see things.
I can see clearly.
Yeah, I knew that one
I
was
know
coming.
that Dresd'a's still probably seeing things.
In my way.
All right, so do you hear stuff going on the other side? First, as get everybody's thing set up, Dresd'a's vision. So yeah, you'll be able to see 60 feet. Oops, I just made Praedyth invisible, which is not my intent.
Cool.
All right, so you hear to the north of you guys. So remember, your camp is sort of along the side. Just to give you a quick reminder, activating the island exploration one. Your camp, you guys are now kind of up here. Your camp was along the edge here.
Right.
You can see. So it's a little south of the water. So back to our lovely beach camp, and here we go. You guys hear Sand shout, "They're so small and twiggy." And that's about all he does because he's confused, it seems.
Big blight.
So let's see here. Oops, wrong guy.
Twiggy.
Right, Marcus, you're up.
So I will move forward.
You'll be able to go through the trees. It's all good. There's no walls or anything in this particular map. On purpose.
Okay, so
So you can see from there. You can see Tuber and Aisha, and the Sylvan Girl, and Sand and stuff like that. But you don't see any enemies currently.
okay, I'm gonna what is not stealth? I'm gonna hide. I guess it's
Give me a stealth check. All right. Okay. Hylough. It's your turn.
What am I gonna do? I'm
I don't
going
know.
to.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to run toward the noise. That's northeast.
Yeah, it's towards the north. It's almost due north. And the camp is basically due north of where you're at. Where you
Yeah. If you like select a box area, you can see what everybody else is seeing.
yeah, I allow everybody to see what everybody's seeing. So
A
that's
box.
6.
Like
if you
press
just
and
select
click and
yourself.
hold.
What did you say, Robert?
Click
The-
and hold,
uh,
and then release
I can't win.
to deselect yourself.
Deselect yourself.
Oh, deselect my. Oh, okay.
Click and hold and release to like select a box area.
And then you can see what everyone sees. But at this point, you see as much as you could see anyway.
Okay. I think this is 6 here.
So you've done
Okay.
a double move. You notice a very strange little creature. Looks a little bit like
Praedyth.
this. That is kind of
It's not
over
Praedyth.
near Lond. Now remember, Lond has a broken ankle. She's on her crutches and she seems to be trying to get away. It's about the size of Perry, about the size of Praedyth. They're relatively small, and in fact, if you hadn't seen Lon trying to get away from it, you would probably have never noticed it.
Oh, okay.
All right, it is now Dresd'a's turn.
Oh. After at the last session, when I realized I was no longer bound, I did mention I wanted to do my binding ritual.
You have not done your binding ritual.
So I have not done. Okay.
Correct. You wanted to do it at the beginning of the session. We should have done it, but.
Well, I said it last session, and you said we would. So.
Dang it.
Nobody decided to take the time to wait to do it. So.
I did check with everyone before going.
That's true.
Sorry, Dresd'a.
It takes a minute to do, so if you wish to do it right now, you can, but it will take a minute.
So I can just hang back and do my ritual?
Normally I would say yes, but because I want to go over your ritual as you do it, I will say no in this one instance. I don't want to run your ritual at the same time as running combat, is the short answer. For this particular time.
You'll be fine.
We'll be able to handle them. You just hit them upside the head with a stick.
Punch them in the nose.
Okay, now we're back after technical snafus because I'm getting tired of them. But Dresd'a, it is still your turn. And I have one pause, so you can do your thing. Camp is about 60 feet away, or 30 feet away from you. No, sorry, 60 feet away from you, where Tuber and stuff are at. And as far as you can tell, the creatures are further away than that.
So I still can't see them.
Not currently, no.
Don't have a move.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Iylis, your turn. We await your turn.
I will also double move.
All right. And we'll head to another one of these strange little... Oops, I hit the wrong thing on that. All right. Hit one. There. And then the next one. There. You can see that they're definitely starting to show up in your little camp there. Aaron, you're up.
Okay. And then we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Anything else, Aaron?
These little things are the enemies, right?
No, those are rocks.
Those are rocks.
Those are rocks?
Kill the
Those are
rock.
rocks.
These are
They
the
look
enemies.
basically the same.
Those are rocks.
Anyway, that's my turn.
You hear Penvro go, one of them is next to me. One of them is next to me. Please get it away. Get it away. And then he runs away from it, which means it gets an attack of opportunity.
What's it going to do? Splinter them or something?
It attacks. And it rolls 4. So
Yay.
it actually misses him. And he continues running off towards the beach. It's like, get them away from me. Defend me, please. This is the worst ship I've ever been on.
Not on a ship.
He's not even on a
We
ship.
haven't been on a ship for some time.
Well, it's only been like 2 days since you haven't been.
It's only going to rate it 1 star on the.
We could build a boat out of their corpses.
Yeah, next time take the Yelpity.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a good idea.
This one goes.
Certainly burn them. I bet they're vulnerable to fire.
Right. Lond tries to use her little crutches to get away. And so she's going to follow after Penvro 2, 3, because she can only move 3 per turn because of that. But these two both get an attack of opportunity on her. So the first one attacks her, misses. Second one attacks her. That one unfortunately hits, and so Land gets raked across the back of her leg and takes some damage. All right. But she is able to get away 30 feet because that's how far she can move with the things. Parry turns around and moves up one and then tries to attack one with his little sword here. And he rolls a 1, which means he drops his sword in the sand. Rat has his little dagger. He's going to come over here and try to oh my god! I put this one twig on the thing right here, and you can basically not see him. So, yes. But Rat sees him. He's going to attack with his short sword. He hits and does 6 points to the little creature, which splinters it apart.
I think he should have disadvantage on the attack because since it's a twig creature on a log, it would probably count as cover. You know, like a stick bug on a branch.
And he is now deceased. You have killed one of the twig blights. All the horrors. Rat does it.
Groot.
They're little Groots. It's true. They're very much little Groots.
Those are not teenage Groots.
No, well, they're kind of. Oops.
Real attitude.
Kellyan. It's his turn. He turns and faces this one and attacks it. He's got this big great axe that he unlimbers and attacks it. And he just basically splits it in twain. And it is also now deceased. 2 of them that are gone. All right. Other one goes. Oops. There. Another one goes. Oops. Getting tired of that. There. Praedyth. It's now your turn.
Okay.
I really need to get your raven in here.
Oh. Can I see any of the little ones?
From where you're currently at?
Nope.
Hmm?
Okay, I'll double move then.
Okay.
Uh, 5.
Okay.
I guess that's really all I can do. Well, no, because that's a action. Never mind. Yep, that's all I can do.
Okay. Here, we're going to throw this into your next to you. There's a raven. There's now a raven next to you. Let me make a couple changes to it so that it is friendly. And it represents that, and display name always for everyone. Always for everyone. Hit points. Here you go. Now you can see it. Okay. The little Sylvan girl runs away. Okay. Aslan is basically lying on the ground there, basically defenseless. She can do nothing because she's still in pain from a broken arm. Tuber, however, can do stuff, and he goes over there and he's going to swing a fist at the guy. So he is going to make an ability check and +2 to that, and does hit. And so he does 4 points of damage. So he goes over there and grabs it and just pulls it apart.
Cool. Rip.
He rips it apart.
She loves me. She loves me.
Yeah, exactly. Rhux.
I will advance. Can't see anything.
Well, because they're little tiny things.
That seems rude. Where are the injured people?
In the
Running
camp.
away.
I mean, one person's running away. She's on crutches. The other one is literally lying on the ground because she was unconscious, but she's still basically resting. Would be this one right here.
Alright, I double moved to here. I'm moving up to this area.
Okay. All right. Another creature. And another creature. Does it do that? I click on the thing. Why does it not? And now Barsk, he attacks one in front of him with his little cutlass. He hits and splits it apart. Ooh, yeah, he barely hits actually. But he does hit it and break it apart. All right. And now we're down to the last of the twig blights coming from over here. And last one. Oh wow, one might actually get to attack. He does get to attack. Yay! All right, so a couple of them already attacked because they did the thing. However, he misses Tuber. That's a pretty pathetic roll. All right, end of the first round. We are back up to the top where it is time for Sand.
Round 2.
Sand, Sand is like, well, these things are everywhere. They're. I don't know what to make of them. It's like a bad trip, eh?
Why don't you just start a fire with the carcasses you already have?
Okay.
Make yourself useful.
If we
Do
light
something.
one on fire, they'll probably all leave. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Move up.
Commit some war
Move
crimes
here.
and stuff.
And
Hell yeah, we love war crimes.
try to attack this one. He misses. Sword swings over top of it. He misses. All right, this one attacks
Hey, hey.
Perry. Perry gets hit for 3 points of damage. All right. Marcus, it is now your turn. You can sort of see them mixing up with some small creatures. Like, these creatures are easily no bigger than, like, Praedyth is. But they're strange looking.
Yes.
So is that why I can't see him on the map very well?
Probably. Also, probably because they're further than 60 feet from you. So if you've got yourself selected, you can't see them.
Do you see the one I selected for
No.
target?
No. Okay.
That's a lot of light crossbow going on there. Choo choo choo.
Mhm. That hits. And it destroys it. Slams into it and creature splits apart, splinters apart. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish my move. I'll just stay there. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Hylough.
All right. How much effort does it take to light a torch? Pull a
Takes an
torch
action.
in.
Like you're pulling it out, you're pulling out two things, you're letting it.
Right.
It takes an action.
So I could do that and move up to here
Yes.
and wave it in front of them.
You can wave it, but you can't hit anybody with it currently.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Also light your torch. You
Yeah.
used a torch.
Torch.
All right.
Torch.
Dresd'a. While he's lighting his torch.
Ooh, fire. One.
What did I do? I just lit a torch.
One.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Damage.
You lit it very well, by the way.
Okay. Yes, I am really good at lighting torches.
Target him with my crossbow.
Okay. I didn't see which him. Sorry.
Oh, you didn't see me?
Nope. Okay.
You saw it?
Yep.
Okay.
That hits.
Yay.
It doesn't get rid of him. It's you stunk into him, and you can see part of him splinter off, and he kind of is now hopping on one leg, but he's still hopping.
Let that be a warning to you. Leave.
Let that be one.
Leaf.
Get it? Leave.
Dresd'a suddenly takes 5 points of divine retribution.
That's not enough.
All right, Iylis.
All right, I'm gonna move over. Oh, I don't want to measure. I just want to do things.
You have to do
I'm gonna move
things.
right here,
Okay.
and then I can target multiple people with my magic missile, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You can. Go get him.
Yeah.
Pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yes, you can.
Then I'm going to
Target the one-legged hoppity one.
No, because
Do that.
because
That's
all
on our
missiles.
side.
Hold on. Because all missiles go at once, you need to tell me what targets are before you fire the
All right,
missiles.
I want to do this one, and this one.
Okay, that's all good. I just want to make sure. So, We will go in that
Alright.
order when you roll the dice too. Just FYI.
So yeah, the first one will.
So roll a d4 and add 1. Well, cast your spell because it uses a spell slot.
Yes. I definitely. Do I not have any first level spell slots?
You should. You guys should.
Yeah, we did. I think I had to. There we go.
I mean, you have 2 first level spells.
Yes.
All right.
All right, that's the first one.
So it slams into the thing and just splinters him apart as if he was not even really anything.
Gotcha.
He's now a whole bunch of tindling is what he is.
He's sawdust.
He's not sawdust. He's just a bunch of tindling. All right. Now the next one.
Just copy this. Boink. And
Same thing happens with the second one. He just blasts, in fact, all 3 of them. They all slam in and they splinter apart like tindling.
Cool. That is my turn.
All right. Okay, let's see here. We got this one who attacks Barsk. And he hits Barsk for 5 points of damage. So his little claws rack into Barsk.
Oh.
Is it at least splinters?
Who knows? You're going to have to wait until the end of the combat to find out. Aaron, you're up.
All right. We're gonna go. And we're gonna hit this little bucker.
He's already dead.
Which one?
He hit. Oh my god! I
One right in
can't.
front of you is dead.
Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh well, I can't reach any. I don't think. Ugh. Well, that's just rude.
Is it rude?
But unless I do. No, okay, no, I can't. Never mind. All right. Well, I guess I don't know. Take a defensive action, maybe.
Okay. Henbro continues running into the towards the ocean or to the sea.
He can go find the sharks
As he do.
and his trunk.
All right. One comes up on you, Hylough, and attacks you with his claws.
He's not afraid of my torch.
Gets at 11. I mean, you haven't hit anybody with your torch, so.
He should be
11
fearful.
You
hits
gotta,
though,
you gotta light one on fire first.
which does not hit you. So, you hear some strange chittering, but that's about it.
Shitter.
Another one attacks Kellyan. Unfortunately, he misses Kellyan. Misses Kellyan. Lond continues to hobble away. Perry strikes back at one of the little creatures, one of the little boogers, and misses. Rat moves up next to strong guy Kellyan and attacks one of the little boogers and hits it and splinters it apart. Now these guys need more hit points.
Are you finally giving us minions?
These are kind of minions. So.
Let's go.
And then this one attacks Perry as well. Features. There we go. Unfortunately, he misses Perry. Kellyan fights back with his battle axe. Oh, you know what? This one's deceased. Oh, right, because it just got deceased. Yes, that's correct. All right, so Kellyan attacks this one with his axe. and hits and splinters apart as if it was hit with a magic missile. All right.
As if.
And well, that guy doesn't get to go. So Praedyth, it's now your turn. Brian,
Yes.
you and your raven.
All right. Okay. Why am I not moving? 5, 7, 15, 25. And I will do a little Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Just on this one.
Okay.
Right there.
Nope.
Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Eldritch Blast coming its way. That hits.
Alright. So,
And it splinters
5.
apart.
Hooray!
Into the Tindling.
Okay.
Praedyth finally does something.
I'll
He's
Except
move the-
fall in the water and drown.
Wow. You don't have to get
I don't know what
rude,
last
bro.
I don't know if I haven't given you the ownership of this, so I don't know if you can move it. So
Yeah, I can't move it right now.
it's friendly. I'll have to make it so that you can be owner of it here later. But so where do you want to move it to? Just point to
That's
where
fine. I'll just move it up to where I'm at.
Okay.
At this point, just for right now, I'll put it on my shoulder and we'll just have it there for right now.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Try to do something real quick. All right. Your raven have a name? Does your raven have a
It will next turn when I think of it.
Okay.
His name is
Hank?
Quoth the Raging Raven.
Boston.
As I'm going to do this, just a second. Configure permissions. You will now have ownership over this guy here. Okay, save the changes. Then I'm going to get rid of this one and put this one on there. And now you should have control over it. But I've
Okay.
got to do something with it. It's token. Friendly. Always for everyone. Update token, so let me update it one more time. And now you can give it initiative rolls as well. All right, the Sylvan girl kind of stops and turns around, and she says something in Sylvan. Those of you who are in Elvish here, or who sort of understand it to be a curse of some sort. Sounds like she's cursing them. But not a curse as in, God damn it, a curse as in a curse, like a witch's curse or something like that. Aslan continues to look around and moan in pain. Tuber gonna move up and attack this one because he doesn't know any better. And I double clicked it and that was just dumb.
Nice.
So we'll take the first one, which was a 9, which misses. All right.
He's a 4th level fighter. Yeah, do
Rhux,
that.
you're up.
Me.
Yes, you. Oh, you know what? Tuber attacked somebody who was already dead. Which
You know,
Knew it. I knew it.
he is dumb.
He's dumb, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the smartest.
He is dumb. So
I mean, they
Alright,
all kind of look the same.
Who? What's his name? Rhux gets here and he changes his handling on his trident, and then he chucks it.
chucks it. All right, where's he chucking it at?
At this guy right
All
there.
right.
He's gonna stab him with it
Mm,
from range.
throws his thing at him. All right.
Range stab.
That's a 1. It goes somewhere off into the trees. You have no idea where. You're gonna have to go find it.
Frick.
Anything
Well-
else you wish to do?
Well, no. Not anymore.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Well, this
Just
one
throwing it in the air,
attacks
just underwater.
Hylough. And Hylough, that's a 9. He misses. And Barsk attacks the one that's next to him. The Cutlass again. That is a 10, which misses. And we're at the top of the round again. Sand is like, all right, I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me help you. Let me help you with that fire there. You guy with the fire. Let me help you. He misses. This one attacks Perry. Ooh, Perry. Oh, Perry gets a critical hit on him. Perry is not looking so hot. His blood is dripping from his chest as these twig-like claws just scrape into him. He's not down yet, but he's not looking so hot. Marcus.
So I will move up. And which one just went to hit Perry? I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Perry.
All right, so I'm going to shoot. That guy's still alive, correct?
Yep, as far as you can tell.
Okay, well, I will shoot him.
Okay.
And just a normal shot.
Okay. Unfortunately,
Shite.
that misses. It goes wide and hits into the sand next to it.
Yes, it does.
There's a little bit of sand pops up.
Dresd'a, I have faith that you can do this next. You're going to hit this next time, and I give her a bardic inspiration.
Okay, cool.
Because I remembered I'm a bard.
Hylough, your turn.
I'm going to light this one on fire.
Okay, give me a. I'm gonna try to light it on fire. So give me a dexterity check against its AC. So you can add proficiency, however.
Get me a put a torch on a twig check.
Yeah. Give me a light a match check. That will be enough.
And
roll a d6 for fire damage. And the thing just goes up like tindling.
Huh. And I'm going to move into its space. Crunch. And
well, technically it's on fire, so.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just smoldering.
I don't know if you really want to move into space.
I'll be over here.
How dry is it?
Well, I mean, it went up like tindling, so pretty dry. But not, I mean, it will probably burn out by the time the next round rolls around. But.
So I'm going to be ready. I'm going to say, see what I did to your little friends.
Okay. Dresd'a.
Alrighty, I'll try to.
Yeah, as you're walking around at Hylough, you hear a.
That's funny.
You're sadistic. Anyway.
Did you see the one I targeted?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Do you wish to use your inspiration?
I will use my bardic inspiration.
Is it a D4 at this point?
D4. John said D6. Peter said it's a D4.
Oh, no, I'm just checking. It is a D6.
Oh, it is a D6?
Yep,
okay.
It is a D6. I'm just reading the thing. All right, so you are now at a 14, which does hit. The roll some damage. And you splinter it apart.
Pew!
Like the ones before it. I will say this time, though, at least, Chad, this time you at least got to use the thing you lit. There are some times where you have prepped spells and not been able to use them. So.
Yeah.
Iylis, you're up.
I'm going to shoot the far one.
Oh, there's only 2 left, so.
I'm going to shoot that one.
Yeah,
is that one alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally only 2 left.
Ray of Frost.
Okay. Your attack roll. That is good enough.
Let's
It hits
go. +0.
And that's enough. You see it as it's trying to move forward and grapple onto Harry or Perry. You see it go, and it's just frozen solid, or at least it's frozen.
Stay
Stop.
frosty.
All right.
Will you get burned or will you freeze to death? Who knows?
The last little twig dude. Yeah, he attacks Bars. They're pretty. Wow, does more damage to Bars.
Wow.
All right,
Give me the Jack Daniels.
Aaron, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna do something.
What is it you're going to do?
3. I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
Probably better for 40,000.
That
Yeah.
will definitely hit it.
Nice.
How do you want this combat to end, sir? Because that definitely gets.
I wanna chop him into bits usable for firewood.
All right. Well, he's really kind of small, but you make some kindling out of him. And,
Yeah, there you go.
And the camp is now safe again as you guys as the the adrenaline comes down a little bit, even though they were just little guys. Penvro and Lon start to come back to the camp. And Bars says, "Oh, it's good you guys got here. I mean, we might have been able to deal with them, but seems like Tuber, when he was getting some stuff for the camp for defenses, he ran into a nest of these things. Ran all the way back here, leading them like straight to us." Tuber looks a little sheepish. He's like,
Nice.
"I don't know. They were kind of cute, but they hurt." And he's got scratches on his legs.
So do we need to heal anybody or?
Perry is looking pretty bad. Barsk is taking a little bit, but not much. Lond is taking some, but not much.
I've already used my lay on hands.
You have already used your lay on hands for the day. That is correct.
I'll go bandage some of what's his name's wounds there. Perry. No, it's not Perry.
Yeah, Perry's this one right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the trees and try to find my trident that I threw.
Okay. It takes you, better part of 10 minutes to find it, but you're able to find it eventually.
You take a
Yay.
penalty stroke.
Yes, I do. Penalty stroke. But I'm gonna go check Aisha's arm. See how
It's
doing.
healing. It's all right. I mean, it's doing what it should be as far as you can tell.
Change the bandages and crap.
Okay. Hylough, you bandaged him up. It's all good.
So who's going to tell him what our plan is?
That's what you guys think of this as we have.
We
a plan.
found a
Yeah,
found a cool tower.
Bart's like, "Oh, there's a cool tower. It looked abandoned
Yeah.
from here."
I mean, that's basically what I'm saying. It's abandoned, but it's actually well outfitted and has some good supplies that we could use.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like
Uniforms.
uniforms.
We need
Lots of
uniforms,
Like water, and there's
Oh,
some
really?
food in there and things like that.
All in that
And
tower? The tower looks like it's been destroyed, like it's fallen apart, like maybe
Yeah, there's this
10 years ago or something.
big underground cavern that kind of opens up into a, I guess, a cove, if you will.
Oh.
And it
It
might
looks like
Cave
be-
underneath there?
Yeah, there's a cave underneath.
Oh.
It looks like some other sailors, maybe some privateers or
Oh.
some type
If we
of
had
hideout.
sailed around, we might have been able to go in there.
Huh. So you're suggesting we take our camp and move it there, right? That's what you're suggesting?
That's
And
the idea.
Marcus, you're saying that it looks like that's where some privateers were storing stuff?
That would be my guess. There's some merchants of some type.
Do you have
but
any idea
it's
when they were last
defensible.
here?
The supplies looks a little old, but like usable.
few weeks.
Maybe a few weeks.
There's a
They might
dead
be able
guy.
to get us
He
off the
wasn't too
island if
dead.
we don't.
It's certainly defendable from both points.
But if we don't destroy it and we keep it nice, maybe they'll give us a lift off this island
Possibly.
if they come back.
Depends on who they are, but maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than getting attacked by these little twig things. And who knows what else is in that jungle that Tuber didn't run into. All right. It seems like a decent plan. Let's get all our stuff together, guys. We're gonna have to make a litter for Ace over there, but other than that, start taking gear over. Penro's like, what are we doing? We're moving again? Where are we moving to?
Hopefully someplace nicer.
The haunted tower.
You can stay here if you want. You can stay here if
Why
you
would
want.
we move to a haunted tower? It seems like that would be worse than where we're currently at.
Please stay here. Please stay here.
It's not that haunted. It'll be fine.
Oh, fine.
It's only a little haunted.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's very haunted. We're screwed.
It's haunted with socialists, so you may not want to come.
Oh no.
Socialists? What are socialists?
Now, let me tell you.
Probably you. You're one. Think of yourself, but lots of them.
No, I'm a plantation owner, not a socialist.
I don't think he's a socialist.
He's very much not a socialist.
Take care of me. Oh, help me.
He takes care of many, many people on his plantation.
I am sure he does.
I did not know the full background. I've only seen that this lift my trunk for me. Go get my trunk. Oh,
well, yes, that is true. He is very much seems like an upper crust kind of do stuff for me kind of person. That is very true. However, there are people in your party who know a lot more about him.
Okay.
And they might have stories to tell you. Fine. I guess we will go there then. How far away is it? It's like about 20 minutes walk. It's not very far.
Yeah. About half
Ain't
a
that
mile.
far. That's like 20 minutes.
All right. Let's get our things together and go then. The sooner we get off and get the sand out of my breeches, the better.
The breeches.
I'll take a little extra to put in his bed or something.
All right, so he
sand
picks
for
up
the
his
breeches.
little. Remember, he's got that small trunk. He picks that up and starts follow. Is anybody like leading the way or anything like that? Basically, he's going to wait for somebody to start in that direction. Barsk and the crew start getting as much of the supplies as they can. They take and make a small like litter out of the rope and some of the planks from the rafts, so that they can basically drag Aislinn on it. And
We got lots of twig bodies
and in
now.
fact, when they do that, they then realize, well, they should do this for the other stuff too. So they do a couple more of these sledges to try to pull the barrel of meat and stuff like that you guys also had there. So some of the supplies with them. So they don't have to
Marcus will try to help with tying things because he's so good at it.
because he's so good at ropes.
Man,
Yeah, so
he's
you
so good at
you tie
ropes.
some stuff up and you guys get it to the point where all the people you have and all that sort of
Practice.
stuff, you guys can get pretty much most of it all in one trip. There might be a few things around, but you figure you have plenty of time to come back and get them if you want. But this is mostly what you're leaving behind are things like, a few pieces of probably part of the planks from the rafts and stuff like that. Not really a lot of the essentials that you want to keep. So you guys head back over to the tower and, kind of drag everything up there. Because you're dragging some of the stuff, or at least Barsk and his crew are, it takes about half an hour instead of the regular amount of time it took before. And so you guys get back up to the tower after a little bit. They kind of unload stuff outside the tower and then start taking things down to the tower a little bit at a time. Now, Kellyanne and the Sylvan girl kind of walked along in silence with you guys, and they get there, and you see the Sylvan girl kind of tug on his side a little bit, and he leans down and they whisper for a little bit, and he kind of gestures in your guys' direction as he says a few things, and she says, she kind of shrugs her shoulders and then nods her head in acquiescence, and the two of them start heading in. Now, who's showing whom down? Because they don't know where to go. Nobody knows where to go unless you guys start to show them.
I mean,
Rhux will lead.
Okay. Rhux, you start heading down. Penvro follows almost right behind you. Who's going after that?
Me.
Okay. So Aaron and anybody else going?
Yeah, I'll go, but
I'll go as well.
So Aaron
help,
and then
help.
and then Hylough, you're going to start helping them take some stuff down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
Marcus
guys get
will
a
take
few
some stuff
things
down.
and a few supplies and start taking them down. Followed behind you guys is the Sylvan Girl and Kellyan. They start to head down behind you, and you guys start going down the stairs, go down into the sub basement, and then down the false floor into the stairs down there. And as soon as you get down there, like those of you, like Rhux in front and those of you behind, as soon as you get down sort of into that first one, you hear a gasp from Penvro. He goes, and so Rhux, you continue without thinking about it, open up the trapdoor and start going down.
What's he looking at?
Aaron, as you come down, you see Penvro has like totally forgotten about the trapdoor or following Rhux, and he's kind of holding his chest, the trunk, and he's standing next to one of the wall, and you can see him mouthing something.
He's reading the Malazan.
It's like he's potentially reading something and just kind of just doesn't realize that he's actually mouthing the words. But Rhux, you're already kind of going down. So you're seeing him do that as you kind of come in. Do you wish to continue down or wait for him, or what do you want to do?
Can you?
Who are you
Hylough
asking?
and anybody. I mean, you guys can keep
Yeah.
going down.
Well, if I hear him gasp, and see that, I'm like, hey, what do you see?
He doesn't actually immediately respond.
Tap on his shoulder. Hey, what do you see?
I'll be right back.
That snaps him out of his reverie a little bit, and he like turns to you and says, "Oh, this is Mazalant. This is from the ancient empire. I have only seen ruins of this age once before. This is an amazing find. You did not tell me this tower was this old."
Well, we found it, so here it is. Have fun. And I'm gonna continue to go on down.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm kind of,
Go ahead.
I'll kind of stay in the back and
so-
watch him.
So Marcus, you kind of come down, and behind you comes down Kellyan and the Sylvan Girl, and you hear another gasp from behind you, as the Sylvan Girl like seems to go. She looks around, and her head darts from wall to wall to wall, and she hurriedly goes down into down through the trapdoor, like almost running. Kellyan almost can't keep up with her.
What was in that room?
It was the words I couldn't read because I saw.
Well, no,
no,
I mean,
what
what
did
did she react to?
You're not sure. I mean, you'd have to ask her. She's like I said, her eyes dart from wall to wall, and then as she runs down, starts going down the stairs. Kellyan quickly.
I'm not going to run after her.
Ask her what it means. She obviously knows.
Kellyan goes after her, or is following behind her. What are you guys doing?
I'll ask
go.
Kellyan, is she okay?
As he's kind of disappearing down through the thing, he's like,
Yeah, I mean, I'll follow him.
I'm not sure. I'm now doing Penrose's voice for him. I'm not sure. She is disturbed. I must follow after her. And he goes
Right.
down quickly.
I'll come with you. You don't want to get lost down here.
So Rhux, you keep going down. You're following them. Penrose staying up there. Eventually, Barsk and those guys start bringing stuff down too. So, as you're following the Sylvan Girl and Kellyan, she continues going down. She gets to the next floor, and you notice her look around, and she seems even more disturbed, and quickly runs down past Rhux, who's just now going down the next set of stairs. Rhux, the Sylvan Girl just goes past you very quickly. She seems very distressed.
I'll run after her. I don't want her to get
Right.
lost or in trouble.
So,
I don't know
I
if
mean,
they'd come back since we
you
got
can also hear Kellyan
left.
following behind you as well. So you guys are starting to go quickly down the stairs. You make it to the collapsed room, which is the level that's next. And she kind of pauses for a minute because she can't see any you can't see the walls in that spot. So she waits there, and you catch up to her, and so does Kellyan. what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna kind of
See why she's distressed. She seems very distressed.
She's wide-eyed, breathing heavily, and she's been running. So
it's okay. Nothing can hurt you here. Try to calm her down.
well, your reverberating voice can certainly hurt her. John's just echoing again. It's kind of funny. Nothing can hurt you.
I got it.
Hurt you. She doesn't seem to respond to your whatever you're saying. Remember, every time you've tried to talk to her in common before, she's not done anything. It's almost like she doesn't understand it. Kellyanne goes over and kind of starts speaking to her in soothing words. Who's all down there? Let's see here. Hylough's there. Aaron's there. It's starting to get kind of crowded here because remember this particular area wasn't very big, but whatever's being said, Aaron, you can hear it sort of as you come down and continue down because you know where to go. You can hear he's saying something in Sylvan, and to you it sounds like he's just saying, "Be calm. Remember your teaching. Remember your studies. Remember your." You're not sure what word he's saying there because there's no Elvish equivalent to it. And she kind of calms down a little bit, but not a lot.
Okay.
Peter in the corner. I'm gonna, damn it, play the lute. Kind of calm it down. I think.
Lute playing, let's go.
All right, so you start playing a lute there.
Yeah.
We find out it's actually her ultimate trigger, and she just
she freaks out and goes and becomes a monster. No, she doesn't.
have forsaken us, Porcas.
I'm assuming, Rhux, are you going to continue on down, or?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
How come I can't see that?
Let's see what.
How come I can't see that?
No one can see what.
See what?
Oh, okay. Inside the tower?
We're not on that map.
You're not on that map.
We're on that map.
Yeah, not the map,
I'm
not the map,
not
not the
that.
map, not the map.
Yeah, I'm just not putting you on. You're on the island exploration map. I mean.
Yeah, no, I'll just continue down.
Okay. So after a little bit, you continue down. Remember, the next floor you could go around the tunnel, but you don't need to. You can just go straight down into the.
Yeah, there's just a few things I want to make sure that no one.
So you kind of do that. As you, after a little bit of playing the lute, Kellyanne seems to convince the girl to continue because she's just like, huh? And then they go down. They start going down the stairs to the next level. Meanwhile. It's sort of gotten backed up a little bit as some of the people with the various supplies start to get backed up in the floors above. But she starts heading down. Do you follow Marcus?
Yes.
Okay. They make it to the next floor, and she literally stops. And she looks around. And you can see her start shaking. Give me an insight check, though.
Okay. Is there anything I see there that's different from normal?
No, I mean, it's still the same thing, the same kind of whole, the older part of the building, the kind of runes and things like that.
There's still writing on the wall?
Yeah, there's writing on this one, but you can only see portions of it because remember this portion kind of had dirt in it as well.
Is that what she's looking at, or is she just
she's looking at the walls? You're not sure what she's looking at. It's not like you can see exactly where her eyes are, but she's looking at the walls. Your insight, you think she's shaking with fear. Not anger, not laughter, not anything like that. Like she's afraid of something. And Kellyanne kind of pulls her to the stairs that go down into the lower part of the tower. Where Rhux
I'm going to ask Kellyanne, is she scared of the enclosed areas? Would you want to see the water?
he seems to ignore you as he's taking her down the stairs.
Okay. I will try to lead them towards where the water is.
Also, if you get down into the other thing, she looks around there. She's still not happy, but Rhux is there, and they can see the exit out. And I'm assuming somebody points them to go that direction.
And that's what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm. And they head out into those caves, and she, after, and get into the sand cave and things like that. And then she starts to, after a bit, she seems to start to calm down.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll go back to helping with supplies. And
yep.
stuff.
So you guys start heading up and down. As you're going up and down, after like the second trip, you see that Penvro has actually moved down one level, and he's continuing to do stuff. He's got a notebook out. He's writing things in it, like a journal. He's writing stuff in it. He seems very, very enraptured by what's going, what he's like. He's totally ignoring like the crates and stuff that you broke open there. He's totally ignoring the beds on the next floor. Like in fact, he's standing on the bed. He kind of takes a piece of the parchment out of the thing, and he starts kind of rubbing charcoal on it, trying to get a rubbing. He's like full on archaeologist mode.
I'd like to kind of be listening in on what he's saying.
Okay. Give me a. Oh no! So I had a thing. So as you're kind of looking at stuff with him, he doesn't seem to notice you. Like he's totally going on with this, and you barely overhear him say, mumble, all it took was a shipwreck to find a clue. And give me a perception check.
Sure. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you hear from him. Otherwise, like, if at some point he notices you there, and he's like, "Hey, look at this! You see this? This seems to be some kind of script about various things on the Empire."
The Empire.
The Empire, the Maleficent Empire.
Ah. Yes.
This is almost better than me showing you the place back home.
Very interesting. That's not the voice at all, but very interesting.
He continues to do this. Like, you guys get all of the stuff down, and you can stay with him. I'm just saying, you guys get all the stuff down.
What I'm going to be doing is working with him.
Yeah, and he keeps on going through all the stuff and various things like that. If you're working with him, he just starts chatting about things. He like at some point he says, if this is correct, we may be near the center of where the Empire was all those 2,000 years ago. There's evidence that suggests that all of the Sea of Tears was once not a sea, was actually land, and some great cataclysm occurred which broke up the land and the sea poured in. That's the first thing he kind of says as you're going through stuff. As you guys are doing that, I'm gonna switch over to
Where's his chest?
He's got it. He's holding it.
Ah, crap. Okay,
he's got it with him. It's not very far.
Okay, it's not big. He can actually carry it.
Yeah, it's like a small trunk.
Okay.
It's not very big. Remember when I told you it was like 2 foot by 2 foot by like 6 inches deep. It's big for Praedyth to carry.
Yeah, it's just big for me.
Who was asking to try to get for him, not big for him to carry.
Okay.
I tried my best.
All right, so we're gonna leave you guys there. We're gonna go to Cat. Cat, or Dresd'a, where are you performing your ritual?
So I'll go off into a quiet little spot in the tower. Maybe up at the top.
You're gonna go to the top of the tower? Okay. You get up there and what do you want to try to do? I mean, you have your books and stuff like that, so you have an idea of what to do, but I guess my question is, what are you going to try? Like, who are you binding? What are you trying to do?
What is her name? Where'd my thingy go? I would like to attempt a binding ritual to Jax, the sea sister.
Okay. So you go about putting out the seal, putting out the signs, putting out your candles, dropping the incense in the various spots, and then you start speaking the eldritch words. And what's strange about it this time, or this is the first time you've done it since you've lost your memory, you're speaking the words, but you don't feel like something feels off. Something feels wrong about it when you're doing it. Something just doesn't seem right. I mean, you start to feel some power build, but nothing seems to be happening in the circle. The seal doesn't seem to be coalescing. You feel like there should be something happening, and there's not.
Okay.
Going back through your books, you read the thing again, you go through the ritual for Shax again, you read over it again, and yes, you should be seeing a coalescing of mist and spiritual energy, and it just isn't happening. You're not sure why. But you can give me an Arcana check.
Humidity is too low. You can't.
You have no clue why it's not working. That was a pretty one. Is not great. Yeah, you're not sure why. You as far as you can read through the ritual and through the book, you don't understand why it's not working.
Can I try with the other one?
All right, you can try with the other one if you'd like.
It is Oscar, the Blade God.
Yep. All right, so you do the same thing. You set up the seal on the ground, you draw the seal, you put the candles out, and you start speaking the eldritch words. As the words flow through from your mouth, there's a reverberation starts happening in this small circle, and a misty form starts to appear. You speak the words with more conviction and urgency, and the form starts to coalesce. After a moment more, a tall, bald-headed man rises from the seal. He wears robes over his skinless, bleeding body. He speaks without words and negotiates with you for a place within your soul. Give me your charisma check against his binding.
You've summoned Voldemort.
She is Voldemort.
Which
You're
is it going to
great.
be? It hasn't shown it to me yet. I don't know which one it is. Oh, so you got the 5. He gets the better of you, and you have a bad pact.
Okay.
He shakes his head and says a few more words soundlessly, and then you nod before he then seems to turn into a reddish-white wind that flows directly into you via your mouth, nose, eyes, and ears. And as he enters into you, you feel strange, because you've done a bad pact, so you basically have to act more in keeping with the way he is. So that means I got to look up Askar real quick.
I already got it up. The personality trait.
Yeah, the personality stuff is what you have to kind of be.
So I am fidgety around knives, swords, and blades of any sort.
Okay.
Clerics, tall women, and temples scare me to death.
Ah,
Well, good,
And
good for you. Everybody seems to have a bladed weapon. That's bad.
including myself.
Yeah, but the only other women in this particular band are all short.
Okay.
They're
And
all
I
shorter
go
than
out
you,
of I go out of my way to protect travelers who are far from home,
which is
okay,
pretty
that's
much
all of
everybody.
though I am hesitant to protect women.
ah,
Is what it is. But you now have Askar. You are bound to Askar. Remember, at any point during the day, if you want to take a short rest, you can then try to redo the bind check, which you can only do once, though.
And I'm telling you now that I do.
Okay, well, we'll do it in a little bit. Like, let's role play a little bit your fear of women and knives.
Message and sacred flame.
Yep. Now give me one more Arcana check. And you have advantage on this one, so we'll take the advantage one. All right. So, what is 16 plus something? So 17. it occurs to you with the ease of how quickly he came in or was summoned that maybe because you had Shax for so long, it's possible that she just is not responding to your summons at this time. And again, outside of game terms, I let you have the same one without doing a binding for multiple days. You just can't use it for 24 hours. That's all. Normally you wouldn't do that anyway. Normally you would bind every day, which you will start doing from now on, because now you remember it. Your amnesia for that portion is gone. So just for this one time, you have to use the other one.
Okay.
So the next day you can choose whichever one you want. And if you choose Shax, we'll go through the ritual again. We'll do the little ritual thing, and you'll see what she does. All right, back to Penvro and Praedyth. You guys continue going through this stuff. Although, sorry, real quick, Dresd'a, what do you do with your knife? With your bladed weapon?
Well, since I had my crossbow out, and my knives are like sheathed and everything.
Okay. They're sheathed.
Yeah, they're kind of like out of sight, I guess.
But you do know they're there.
Yeah, I'm kind of creepy and fidgety.
Give me a wisdom check. And basically you want to get, give me a wisdom check. Okay, what's your wisdom? Okay, you're fine. This time you wanted low because I'm doing it below your wisdom. So you know they're there. You're going to be fidgety because you know they're there, but you don't feel a need to like put them away in a pack or anything like that, or throw them away from yourself. You're controlling yourself enough to not do that. Anyway, back to Penvro and Praedyth. So you guys continue looking at the stuff. He kind of goes over some of the things. One thing he mentions during this is he's looking at one of the carvings of the writing, and he says, look at this here, Praedyth. Someone has changed the word, the runes here. See how they've added some extra things? That has changed the meaning of this whole saying.
So what?
Well, now it is a proverb, I believe, of some sort. Probably some words of wisdom for people, but not sure what it was before. I'll have to copy it all down and then try to figure out exactly what to remove. This is going to take time.
Interesting.
Give me a perception check to see if you can see what he's actually talking about.
All right.
Because it's a very subtle thing.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
You don't see what he's talking about. I mean, you just take his word for it.
Yeah, I mean, I believe him, but
the next
can't
thing he
roll for
starts to
crap.
talk about is that he's like, as he's kind of going through the stuff, he says, this talks about an ancient war of some sort. And he says, did you know that there's evidence suggesting that the Malazant were relatively advanced based on the various things that have been found? Highly smithed weapons and armor, items of magic have been found before. It's just strange that when we find the people now, they're just such primitive savages.
So after the fall of the Empire, there was a severe aggression in their
I can
development.
only assume so.
Hmm.
I mean, take the crewmate on the ship. He's nothing but a brute. I'm even shocked that he knows common.
Interesting.
He continues looking at stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be.
The rest of you
kinda
guys
trying to
get
do
all
my
of the
looking as well.
stuff down there. At a certain point, Praedyth, you notice Dresd'a come down down the stairs. Something seems different about her. Like she carries herself differently than before. Almost as if she walks and moves almost as if like very stiffly, almost as if like every time the fabric of her clothing and stuff touches her skin, it hurts.
Do like a perception check or something like that. See
Sure.
what specifically.
Sure.
Why do I even try?
Got a 7. You don't notice anything initially, but as she starts to head down the stairs to the next level, you can see that behind her there's a patch of skin on her back of her neck that looks like somebody is like taken a fish knife to it and kind of scraped off the skin.
Dresd'a,
Yeah.
you all right?
Yeah.
What's going on with your neck right there?
It's on the back of your neck, so it's hard to tell. You can
Got-
put your hand up there, and when you put your hand up there and bring it away, like you touch it and it hurts and it feels odd, and you bring your hand away, there's like a light liquid on your fingers. It's a little red colored.
Must have been from those tree thingies.
Should probably have Rhux take a look at it.
Okay.
Dresd'a, as you walk down, you know exactly what this is.
Okay.
It's the sign. Because you've got a bad pact, you can't hide it.
Did she seem like she was lying to me about what she knew, or
You can try to do an insight check
sure?
and
Against my persuasion?
persuasion, well, deception in this case, which should probably be close to the same. But wow, that's pretty high, very high insight.
After one thing, one time.
Yeah, it seems like she's telling you the truth. She seems
Damn.
like that seems like it seems legit.
Yeah, well then you should
Maybe something
definitely
happened.
have Rhux. You should definitely have Rhux take a look at that. We don't want to, get infected or anything.
Okay. It'll heal up on its own in its own time. I'm not worried about it.
All right.
All right, so down in the main cavern, you guys are kind of getting everything kind of situated. How do you want to go about this? Like Barsk is trying to go through and trying to going through all the various things that you guys have opened up and looking at various things. So like he's already moved some of like the salted meat and stuff all together into one spot, and he's kind of went through it and it's like, all right, we got about, I don't know, maybe 10 days worth of food here, maybe 12 if we ration it a bit. I would suggest we keep that in reserve and maybe try to do some hunting. What do you guys think? Or maybe some fishing, because there's that fishing stuff.
I agree with that.
Now, somebody said we can't touch the eggs. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was going to suggest that Rhux ask everybody else if anybody else recognizes the eggs.
As
We're not allowed
it
to
goes
eat 'em.
through one by one. No, Lon says, "Wow, that'd make a great omelet."
Yeah.
That would make a great omelet. But none of them seem to know anything about those eggs.
Oh, no one else gets to touch them.
All right. We'll keep those out of the thing. Let's see. There's the chests. One of them was empty. The other one's got a bunch of money in it. We'll worry about that later.
Now, let's not steal anything until we know who it is. We probably need these guys for a ride.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they're
no.
pirates, then either we're going to get press ganged or killed, or we're going to have to take over the ship. If they're not pirates, then yeah, we'll probably get a ride.
Yeah.
Um,
We might put a torch on top if we want to, up on top of the roof, some type of signal. If we see a ship or something, let's get a scout or lookout up there.
yeah, we'll start using it as kind of like a crow's nest. I'll get Perry and Rat up there and looking out occasionally, and maybe Sand, just so we can kind of rotate through it and see if we can get some people, notice anybody coming.
I know you've got it under control.
Sure. What do you guys want to do? Kellyanne is like, we are going to go sit over here and rest. And he and the Sylvan girl kind of go off to a side and lay out some of their bed rolls or whatever they have and start sitting there and chatting.
I think we should go hunting and go upriver. Everyone's okay. How much of the day do we have left? About half the day? Or?
So it was about early afternoon when you got back to the camp and had that little fight. So at this point, it's getting close to mid-ish to late-ish afternoon. because again, you basically broke open every single crate, which takes time to do. You explored every floor, so it took the better part of it took the morning plus to search through everything initially. So at this point in time, with you carrying everything over and the time it took to go up and down the stairs, bringing down the supplies that you had before, it's probably maybe 3 in the afternoon, something like that, 3:30.
Okay. Well, let's wait until the morning then, and maybe we'll start off fresh.
That sounds okay. I may try to lash together some of these things and remake the raft so that we can kind of go fishing out right outside the cove entrance.
Yeah, good idea.
So they start to go do some stuff. What do you guys want to do?
I wish to help Bask.
Okay, well then give me a survival check as you guys start putting together a raft again. Yeah, you're not really much help to him. Let's see what he does with his. Not that he's going to really do much better unless he get that 19. Nope. You guys fiddle with that raft stuff for like about 45 minutes before Bars just throws it down and says, deal with this tomorrow.
Maybe we should go up the beach and see if we can find the captain just close by. You might have washed up now.
Well, we haven't seen her so far, but it's possible. I mean, maybe the sharks got her. Maybe she's kind of gotten closer up. I don't know. We can go look. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, that's
Before
a good idea.
tonight.
All right, so you guys are going to head out and start trying to look?
Yeah.
Where do you want to head to?
So we went to the one side of the island, not the island, but the beaches. What if we continue around this way? Let me get the map.
Continue east around.
Yes, exactly. Continue east.
All right, so you're kind of right here. You want to go around this way?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys head on up. Who's all going on this expedition?
I'll go.
Come with.
I'll go.
Rusk will go.
All right, Bars is going to come with you.
Dresd'a, you want to go?
Sure.
Penvro, are you going, or are you going to continue to stick with, or excuse me, Praedyth, are you going? Or are you gonna
Yes,
stick with
Praedyth is going to stick with Penbro, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you guys head on up.
Rhux is going to like hide the eggs and the frickin' spellcaster cocaine in a spot where no one else goes.
Okay.
They don't get to have those.
It's
That's what it is.
it's not exactly that. Whatever.
I mean, okay, it's yeah, you know what I mean.
I know.
He's gonna take it out of my stuff and hide it.
And you don't have it. He has it. So
Oh, I
good
thought I
luck.
had that stuff.
No, you don't have it. He's the one that picked it up.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm the one who opened the barrel.
can't believe him.
I don't even know if you know it's there.
Yeah, he hasn't mentioned it, I don't think, to anyone. Because he was the only one over in that particular warehouse area when he started opening out that stuff. Like, he mentioned some of the stuff from over there, but not necessarily everything.
Yeah, it's always better when no one
Alright,
knows
so
about all
you
the
guys
things that
come
can
out-
maybe
As you
get
guys are
done.
coming out, you see that Penvro and Praedyth have made it to the 3rd level. And Penvro looks a little confused until Praedyth mentions that, you can go down a level and then come back up via a tunnel. And then you can find more stuff. So you guys see him, like you see them going down as you guys are coming up. And that's what you guys see as you go. Eventually you make it out onto the top here and start heading to the side here. Now, what you see as you're going along this edge is that it is still cliff. Like there's still pretty much cliff all the way through this portion of it. As you continue going up this portion of the thing, it's definitely still cliff with kind of this grassy, shrubby kind of thing on it. It's a little slow going because, the shrubs kind of go up to the edge. So you're kind of going back and forth in a weaving pattern to kind of look down. unlike over here in this cove and in this spot over here, this is pure like rock down on the bottom all the way through here. That being said, give me a perception roll. Who's ever up there?
Okay.
Because you're actively looking at things.
I can perceive. Never mind.
You can perceive, just not very well.
I rolled a 2. I'm proficient
Yeah.
in perception.
Aaron, what are you doing, by the way?
Perception.
I'm gonna, try and, the entrance of that little cavern down
Oh
bottom.
wow, I did double one.
Ah. You're so
Yes.
freaked out. You're got demons.
Snake eyes.
Well, just in case it is like bad people who are gonna come and reclaim this stuff, I want to set up like, a bit of places to hide, I guess.
All right, so you're trying to figure out ways of.
I'm trying to make it defensible, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so Marcus,
Yeah.
you're kind of looking over the edge, and you're looking kind of out, and there's you're on the high enough on the edge that you can kind of see some of this whole thing a bit better, and it's a nice clearish day. The suns are basically starting to get over on this side of the thing, so there's kind of sunlight is streaming in from left to right.
Okay.
But from this distance, there's occasionally waves crashing in here, but there's something that just doesn't sit quite like something seems familiar about the way some of this stuff, some of these shoals and things are set up. You can't quite put your finger on it. And then you suddenly, like, as you continued up, you suddenly realize, wait, like, portions of this particular outcropping of rock are not just like, like a volcanic rock or anything like that. They're like worked rock. Like someone has worked it.
Like our archaeologist friend is going to just have absolute bits when he realizes this.
You're not sure about that, but it definitely looks like there's that portions of that have been worked.
Does it have any type of writing on it or anything? How kind of? Or is it just
not
work?
really. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
If what he said is true, then it's been being weathered for the last 2,000 years or so.
Right.
So if there was writing on it, it probably is not so much anymore. Especially out here on the sea.
So the tales this area could tell. Look out there. It looks like people actually work the stone. What do you think? Asking everyone.
Captain, that's what I want to find.
Okay.
Who cares about what people did or didn't do a long time ago? That's Barsk.
Well, it just looks warped, right?
Well, I mean, it looks like. Think of it this way. I guess the best way to put this for you guys is as he's kind of looking at it and he kind of points some stuff out. Think if there was some towers and let's say, skyscrapers were covered over with water and then they deteriorated over 2,000 years. So portions of it fell down, portions of it stayed up, maybe other things happened to it, maybe it kind of earthquakes happened and they tilted over to the side. As you kind of look at it, you realize that that's kind of what this sort of all these kind of various that is not what I meant to do. But all the various shoals and things in here kind of look like the placement of various things as you look at it is very geometric in looking. Even if the items themselves are not.
It looks really welcoming to me. I mean, it looks like they're giving us a big smile. I don't know.
It's just the way those things are. But
I know. I mean, so it's possible that they're like old structures that used to be part of a bigger thing.
Hmm?
So it could be possible the captain's over there.
Well,
he washed up onto them and is like in it somewhere. Because if it was an old building, there could be hollowed out parts you can actually be in.
well, I mean, and I wonder what's under the ocean. Like if you dove down in it, if you'd find, more of the city or more of what was here. You think you could do that, Rhux?
Probably. They swim.
Is there a place for him to get down, or is it still all cliffs?
It's all cliffs here. I mean, sure, you could dive in with a swan dive if you wanted to.
Yeah, but getting
Yeah,
out.
cliff diving. We're
I mean,
cliff
how
diving.
far away is it from where we know the entrance to the little cove
I
is?
will tell you this, Rhux. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh God. You made the thing I'm bad at?
Yeah.
Oh,
No!
Yeah, you're bad at it. Yeah, nothing he's saying rings a bell. Never mind. But yes, you could
Garbage.
potentially get as who you are. If you found a place you could get into under the water, you could try to swim in and see what's up there.
Well, I mean, how far away are these things look like they are from the entrance to the cove that we have?
Well, the cove entrance is approximately right here, so some of these things are maybe 500-600 feet away.
I could swim that far.
Well, but what about the current?
Well, I mean it's sea, so
I
the
can swim
ocean
that
waves
far.
are either coming in or out based on what the tide is doing and things like that.
I am an
There
alligator.
could be
It'll be
riptides
fine.
and things like that for sure.
I very strong alligator. I swim well.
I mean,
I might be stupid, but I can swim.
So you guys keep going up the way.
It's something we can check later.
yeah.
Let's see here. After about an takes you about an hour to get to here, and as you get to here, as you've been coming up the coast here, the cliffs have been getting lower and lower and lower until you start to get into here, where basically the cliffs are maybe 10 feet down into the water until you finally reach right in here where it's kind of beach-like again. It's a very rocky beach, but still beach-like. Like the beach is maybe 15-20 feet maximum until it hits sort of a hills and goes up. So far you haven't seen any evidence of the captain or anything of that nature, but you reach about another 1,000 feet, so you reach up in this portion where there's again more of a beach, and that's where you notice for the first time some footprints in the sand leading both to the water and away from the water.
Oh, investigate that.
Yeah.
Investigation.
All right, so give me some investigations.
I investigate. I cannot roll.
It's definitely footprints of some sort, Rhux.
Thanks. I'm so good at those sorts of things. Could I have done survival instead?
Yes. Well,
Oh, I should have done survival instead.
no,
You can
survival is for
survival or-
tracking. You really want
Oh, I guess that's
investigation
right.
here because you're trying to figure out what they are.
Okay, so I should do investigation?
Yes. Like you found them. That wasn't a problem, but you're trying to figure out what they are. So
Yeah.
Let's go. I know
It's not
everything.
a humanoid?
they're definitely even their footprints, Marcus. They're definitely, you feel like they're bipedal, but they don't look like boots.
Boot? Track?
They don't look like boots.
Okay.
Iylis, as you're kind of looking them over, clearly some went into the beach where the thing comes up, and you can see them like slowly get melted out like you would on a sand. Like you see footprints on a sand
Yeah.
as the water waves come in, they slowly melt away. So you can see that happening. So clearly, whatever this is went in, and it was more than one. Like at least 2 or 3 people, humanoids, bipedal humanoids, went into the water, and then they came back out. Now, here's the interesting thing. You can see them coming back out. With your 18, you also notice that as they came back out, they were heavier than when they went in.
What?
The footprints are deeper into the
Yeah.
sand.
Makes sense.
They found treasure. Or something.
These footprints
went
do
fishing.
not look like boots. And as you get up further under the shore, you can see the telltale signs of 3 toes instead of 5.
Uh-oh. We don't like their kind.
And I look at Rux's feet. It looks like lizard
That's racist.
style bird.
Wow, you're so yes. thank you.
Progressive.
No, I was gonna say I can't think of the word for it. But anyway, yes, he has 3 feet. He has 3 toes with claws on the ends.
So probably more lizard than bird, or
Hard to say. I mean, it's hard to tell if there's like actual claws on them because of the way the sand kind of falls back in. But even as they get up, like at a certain point, they head into land, and you'll have to give me a survival check to kind of track that, see where they're
Oh, now I get to roll my survival.
Now you get to roll your survival.
Go, let's
Oh,
go.
I can do that one.
I can also do that one.
What
but
time
I
is
will
it?
not do as well.
You've been going for about an hour, so it's getting to be closer
The
to.
bigger number
a little over
actually
an hour.
got picked.
So you're about 5
Yay.
p.m. You're in.
Oh,
Yeah.
shite.
Sun sets behind the mountain at about 6:30 to 7, or at least it gets low enough that the mountain kind of obscures it. So you get maybe an hour.
I just rolled double crits.
I mean, you find the trail going into there, and it seems to be heading up into the thing and heading north, away from the beach.
Yeah,
It's not as fun when it's a skill check crit.
I know. Are the tracks side by side? Or are they...
You're based on what you're seeing. It's a group of 6 or 7. It's hard to say exactly.
Okay.
And they, you can definitely see that at least one of them, or maybe 2 or 3 of them, are using some kind of stick or something, because you can see like that hitting in the ground every so often. As they kind of head into the brush. At a certain point, you lose the exact things, but you can follow the trail if you wanted to. Like some of the exactness of things kind of goes away. You can't exactly say some of these things, but because they're walking from the sand through harder sand into the dirt, you figure out that there's like 6 or 7 of them. Some of them have some kind of stick that they're using. Like 3 of them do. They're moving. Based on what you can see, they're probably 150 pounds at most, something like that. Guessing is what you're kind of guessing with based on the weight. If all things being similar to humans, so to speak. And their gait is such, the distance apart between their footprints is such that you think if they're running, then they're probably 4 feet tall. If they're walking, then they're probably 6 feet plus.
How big was that thing you saw the other day? The lizard or whatever was in the water.
I don't know. It couldn't have been more than.
It was Iylis and Praedyth.
So I didn't see anything. You just told me.
I don't know, like 4 or 5 feet ish.
Yeah, it was dwarf size. So you're correct.
This may be what you got more of them.
Yeah, I mean, it could be other tribes or the same tribe.
Are they dragging anything, like a body or anything? Can I tell?
They don't seem to be dragging anything, no.
Well, I don't think we should necessarily go after them in their home territory when it's getting dark, but maybe in the morning.
Yeah, man.
Away from them, I mean. That depends on what we think if they'll be friendly. And they're not little twig guys, so that's good.
No, they're definitely not little twig guys. All right, what do you guys do?
And they definitely went into the water and got something. It's possible that they found the captain. That's a possibility.
Or maybe it's a city underneath the water and they're getting their stuff from there.
It's also possible. Who knows?
Or there's an underwater cave.
Could be an underwater cave.
I mean, I can jump in the water and look. See if I find anything interesting for like 10
That'd be
minutes.
cool for scouting purposes.
Okay.
Well, if you want to do that now, I can cast, I think, let me look at the spell.
I'll put light on my trident so I can see. So
well, the only thing is we're getting towards late, so I don't want to give you an ambushed. The long strider gives you plus 10 feet, so you could go 10 feet faster swimming.
Yep.
If you want to go look around fast, I'll cast that on you.
I forgot one thing, John. As this trail led into here, you can see that it joins up with what seems to have been a trail coming from the west. So it's like they were coming from the west. They noticed something in the water, or they went to the water, and then came back out, and then continued on northeast.
Oh, okay.
Go west.
Well, I mean, it's later at night, so we're getting to where we're gonna. be a major disadvantage. But so they probably saw something or someone in the water.
Yeah, with your 21, with your natural 20s, that would have been pretty clear. Like you would have followed this trail up, and as you followed it up, you would have noticed that, oh wait, the original one that came in kind of comes in from a slightly different angle. So as if they were coming from a different direction, noticed something or went to the water for some reason, and then came back out and went up and are going north now, not west. They're going north or went north. Last thing is I should have also mentioned this. This trail seems to be about a day old. You haven't had any rain since that night, since the night you got here. So that's why the tracks are relatively decently preserved, because it was wet when they walked through it, for sure. The tracks into the sand are not very well defined, but there are still enough there for you to be able to see them and then head back out to pick them up.
Okay. What do you guys want to call it a night? Because I'm assuming it's another hour. We'll probably get back in before it gets dark right now if we leave now. Am I close to that time?
Yeah, it would be. I mean, you're going to head further south, so you get a little more time because of the way the suns are. But yeah.
Yeah, we passed the point of no return to get back by dark.
No, you're not. Not yet.
Okay.
I think we probably ought to go back now, or we will be past.
Okay.
So you guys start heading back, correct?
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, I'm going to. I mean,
I will follow.
I'm
Are
assuming
you going to follow the
everyone.
coast? Are you going to follow the coast? What do you want to do? Head straight back? What do you want to do? I'm asking.
Do we think we can figure out how to get straight back?
Well, I mean, you've explored enough of this now. You have a direction and a bearing. It's not like you don't have it. Like, you know that if you head southwest, eventually you
You're
run
eventually
into
going to hit water.
and run into water. Yes. So it's
Yeah,
kind
let's
of up
just
to you.
go straight back.
All right. So you guys start heading back. Whoops, that was not what I do. I meant to do this. And you get to about here. No, about here. When we run into this, find my thing. Well, this is going to be more thick than I mean for it to be, but it'll work. Oops. All right, so I'll add you into here. The jungle here is more thick than it would normally be, so based on where you're going, because I've only made this particular kind of thing. But so we've got Dresd'a, we've got Hylough, we've got Iylis, we've got Marcus, we got Rhux, and we have Barsk.
Oh, yay, we're walking through the.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really this. I still have your guys' visions too far. It's the thing isn't this thick, so let me update your vision a little bit and give you further vision. That'll make it more obvious what's going on.
There a wall behind us?
No, it's just you're at the edge of the map. There is no walls on these maps.
I understand.
On purpose, because there's just no need for one. All you're really doing is... So you guys are kind of heading through here when you hear a strange buzzing sound.
Uh-oh. The attack bees.
Maybe we should just go back and go the coastline.
And give me a perception check real quick.
Perceiving. Maybe I won't roll a 2. I rolled a 4 instead. Oh, but we got the 11. Let's go.
I get to roll 2?
You get to roll, please.
Oh,
Yeah, oh well. Iylis, Hylough, Rhux, you notice some strange looking bat-like bird things with really long snouts flying in your
Great.
direction. And you can actually see them. They're actually over here. And they're headed towards you guys.
Do they look mean?
You can give me a nature check, and I can tell you what they might be. Hylough potentially as well. Iylis as well.
Otherwise I would.
Anyway,
Nature, you have no idea what they are. They look like really mean bees.
I don't got nature.
Well, that
You
answered
can
my
still
question.
roll
Do
it.
they look mean?
Yeah.
Hylough, you vaguely remember these from your days in the on the being lost on the castaway on the island.
Mm-hmm.
You think that you somehow have been detected by a nest of sturges, and at that point, we will
Uh-oh.
I hate sturgeons.
Sturge alert.
do initiative. If I can get it to collect everybody.
Are there 3 Sturges? It's like Larry, Mo, and Curly.
Yeah, very funny.
Oh.
And divine.
No, the way it should work is that everybody else experiences some pain from groaning, and therefore they take damage from that pain.
All right, let me.
Oh, it was painful, all right. That doesn't.
All right, that was the Sturges and Barsk. Hylough, Iylis, Marcus, Rhux. Let us get some initiatives going.
They're sturges.
They're Sturges.
Why are they here?
Like a sturgeon.
Yoink.
Why wouldn't they be here?
Yeah, you're in a jungle. Why wouldn't they be here?
All right. That's fair.
So again, the jungle isn't quite this thick. So normally, if it was this thick of a jungle, you would potentially have what I would call partial, normally partial difficult terrain, where it'd be you can take one step and then it would take 2 to do the next one, and then 1, then 2, then 1, then 2, but not in this case. Because it's just not that thick. This just happens to be the only map I currently have. All right, let us begin the combat as the Sturges decide to come your way. I gotta remember how far they can go. 40 feet. Whoops, that is collected everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one gets all the way up to Barsk and tries to attack him. Let's see here. What does this do? Melee weapon attack. I believe it misses. You know what? You're right, Chad. That die looked like it was cocked.
See?
It definitely misses, though. It's just weird because it looked like it was between the 4 and the 18 from my perspective on the thing. Marcus, you're up. There is this little kind of, well, let's show the picture, even though you kind of already have an idea of what a sturge should look like.
Big mosquito.
This big, huge, kind of bat-like mosquito kind of looking thing comes flying at you and sort of buzzes Barsk, but seems to miss him as he ducks out of the way.
Okay.
And you can see and hear more of them to the southwest.
I see west to the southwest.
You can see and hear more of them to the southwest over here.
Okay. Damn. I'll shoot the one that's on us right now.
Okay. Fair enough. Go for it.
All right, we'll try. Let us see.
That misses. It seems to, as it's flying past, it kind of goes slightly wide of it. You almost had it. Maybe clip a little bit of it, but not enough to do any damage to it. It kind of does kind of a tumble loop-de-loop and then catches itself and continues flying. Anything else you want to do?
So who was it actually on to attack? Who was
Barsk.
that?
It was attacking Barsk.
It's attacking me?
No, it was attacking Barsk.
Oh, Barsk. Okay. I will move over here a little bit.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Now we got another one of these guys to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's attacking you, Rhux. And here it goes. That is an 11 to hit you.
He sucks.
Well, does that mean he hits you? Because
No.
that's literally what he does.
Oh, you're right. That's fair. No, he misses.
Okay.
I am stronger than him.
All right. Another one. 1, 2,
Bites the dust.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another one attacks you, Rhux.
This is really rude.
They are kind of rude. That one gets a 20.
Okay, well, he hits me.
All right, so he hits you. He does 6 points of damage, and he lands on you. So he's technically now in your space.
That hurt a lot.
So he does 6 points of damage, piercing damage.
I already wasn't freaking full health to begin with.
And he attaches to you.
Okay.
While attached, the Scourge doesn't attack. Instead, at the start of each of its Scourge's turn, the target loses 1d4 plus 3 hit points due to blood loss. It can detach itself by spending 5 feet of its movement. It does so after it drains 10 points of blood from the target. It has already drained 6 points from you, so I'm going to do something here. It's not actually 10 feet above. I'm just using a thing to tell. It says plus 6 feet. That just tells me how many things it's already used. And this one is attached to you, Rhux, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on it or something like that to signify that it is attached to you. All right. Another one comes up. 7. Dresd'a, this one attacks you.
Attack.
It gets a 21. So I
Ow.
believe it hits you. It does 4 points of damage. It also attaches to you, and it is now in your space. Rhux, your turn. So you can attack the thing that's attached to you with disadvantage. No, that's not true. You can attack it with normal. Anybody else that tries to attack it either has to take a disadvantage or potentially hits you.
I'm gonna get this stupid thing off me.
Okay, well, give it an attack, or if you wish, you can try to grapple it and pull it off and throw it away if you want.
What should I roll for this?
It depends. You want to just attack it and hit it, then you roll an attack roll. If you just want to try to grapple it and throw it away, then you do an athletics check.
I'll hit it.
Okay. What are you gonna hit it with?
Where is it?
It's like on you. Like it came swooping in and it landed on you. It's probably like up on your right shoulder.
Can I bite it?
And the thing is like right into it. Can you bite your right shoulder? No. No, you can't. But you can hit it with your hand.
Sure, I'll do that.
I'm literally biting my right shoulder right now to prove you wrong.
Well, remember, he has a snout. He's an alligator.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
My mouth is huge. That means I just
His
go,
mouth is longer.
Anyway.
Wait a second, Robert. How are you biting yourself right now when you're talking?
Yeah. And it's not on his shoulder. It's right like here, right above the pec on the shoulder.
It's on my pectoral.
So you can't really bite there.
All right. What do I just roll a strength check?
Roll a strength check and add your proficiency. So you got a 7 plus 2. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You got a 9. 9 is not enough.
God bless, man. I cannot roll.
You're not restrained or anything, so if you wish to move around, you can.
Stop, drop, and roll.
You doing anything else or what?
There's nothing I can do. If I try to leave the space, he'll just try to suck me.
Okay.
He's on you.
Well, you'll take it with it, right? It's attached to him, so just move with
the
him.
other one.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there's multiple.
There's another one in front of me. It'll just reaction attack me and try to suck me. Because they're rude.
You know what? It sucks to be you. Ah!
Ha ha ha, you're so funny. Ha ha ha.
Was pretty funny.
The way teleport works, though, if you teleport, they don't go with you, right?
These do because they're actually literally embedded inside of it. They've got a proboscis in you. They're not just grabbed onto you.
They're part of you now.
They're in you.
Their nose is in you.
I don't have like anything other than just like, oh, I hit them. This sucks.
All right, who's
Just
this?
hit them.
Hylough, what
I'm
is attacking
trying.
you? Yeah. He got a 16 to hit you.
And I have a 16.
All right, he hits. He does 7 points of damage to you.
Ow,
And he
that's gonna
attaches.
hurt.
This guy freaking hurts, man.
They
Oh,
do hurt. I'm not saying they don't.
why did we go this way?
Why did they do so much damage?
All right, he's attached to you.
We all gonna
Hylough,
die.
it is now your turn.
I am going to try to rip this thing off of me.
Okay. The athletics checks. All right, you grab a hold of it. Let me do a quick. Which one is on you? It's this one. Let me do a quick acrobatics check for it. All right, you pull it off. You rip it off.
Can I rip his head off now?
No, ripping it off is your action. You could throw it away if you'd like.
I'm gonna keep hold of this thing.
Okay, so you currently have it grappled then. That is
Okay.
perfectly valid. He is also ripped off, so I'm going to update that he's not attached to you by removing the little wings. And anything else you want to try to do?
No, not right now.
Okay. Iylis, you're up.
All right.
There's one literally right in front of you.
Yeah, there is one literally right in front of me. I think I might try to literally hit it.
Okay.
Literally.
With a chill touch.
Okay. You're very chill with that touch.
I am very chill with this touch.
That definitely hits it.
It was almost a 1, apparently.
Yes, it was almost a 1. You go ahead, do your damage.
Damage. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's go.
All right, let's see here. So you see Iylis, his eyes flash a little bit, and a sort of a frosty white hand, dark hand, kind of comes out and touches the thing as it flies by, and the creature gets hit, and it definitely sort of wheels a bit before it catches itself, but it doesn't go down.
No. Really?
Really. All right. Anything else there, Iylis?
Well, no.
All right.
I
Dresd'a,
might
you're up.
move, actually.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Will the Sturge attack me if I move away?
It does get an opportunity attack, yes.
What a loser. And he's not undead, is he?
He is not undead.
Alright, I think I might just stay here and cower in fear.
Okay, fair enough. Dresd'a, you're up.
Okay.
You're going to Sacred Flame it?
Yep.
Okay. You can see within range. Okay. Okay.
Dexterity saving.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide, like, it's attached to her. So,
Flame erupts from my neck where he's sucking on me.
all right. So it can do a dexterity saving throw. So let's do the saving throw. I'm going to give it disadvantage, though, because it's attached to you. It gets a 15, so your flame misses.
It plugs the hole with its snout.
No, it just wraps around and stays attached. Because it has to use 5 feet of movement
Plugs
to
the hole
detach.
with its snout.
So. But you miss. You wish to do anything else?
Nah.
Okay. Barsk. Barsk turns around, sees that Hylough has the one in his hands, and stabs it with a dagger. Let's see. It's currently grappled, so you have he has advantage on it. So that is definitely a 23. He puts the dagger right through it, Hylough. And blood just kind of spurts out of it as it kind of cuts in half.
All right. Thanks, Barsk.
That one is deceased. All right. It is now Sturge's turn. This one kind of does its kind of fly around and tries again to land on Barsk and attack him. And it does, sorry, this 11 is, don't think quite enough. It is not quite enough. It lands on him and tries to stick it in, but just hits up against this little coat thing and cannot seem to do anything. Marcus, you're up.
What is Rhux armed with? Do you have any weapons, Rhux?
He has tried it, but it's not currently.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna shoot the one attacking Iylis.
Okay. Sounds good. Kind of
Wow.
floating around with Iylis. That definitely hits. You aim it up just right and fire that crossbow. Hits it. And it this one, it hits it, skewers it right in the middle, and it kind of flutters out of the sky. You don't see any blood kind of spurt out of it though, like the last one. I don't know why you did
I
that.
had to get crossbow bolts to deduct my automatically. That was an attempt. Sorry.
They
I'm
can.
gonna give the Bardic installation.
Gonna give him a bardic installation.
Bardic
Rhux,
asbestos.
All right, Rhux, you have inspiration.
Rhux, think of the tail you'll tell when you swallow this thing.
All right. This
I can't
Sturge-
bite it.
This one attacks Barsk. And it is a...
Well, I'm gonna move too, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, he's not attacking you. 11 to hit Barsk misses. This one basically does blood drain on you. So it doesn't need to do the... let's see here. So this one drains blood from you. It will do... The attack doesn't matter. I just need to roll the dice. It drains... Really? Is it 1d4 plus 3 still? Yeah. It drains 7 more points of damage from you, Rhux. And then it detaches.
Well, it detaches from my freaking falling body because I have no health left.
Oh, well, it detaches. And it
He's
starts
critting me.
starts to fly. It did 14 points. You should have more than 14 points.
I had damage from earlier.
Maybe you should heal yourself or take a short rest. It
This is not
moves
my-
that way. Barsk, Hylough, Dresd'a, you can all take an attack of opportunity if you'd like. Barsk tries and misses. Hylough does hit, and he bursts open like a melon, and blood spatters everywhere, including falling on Rhux.
So
Yay.
I try to grab some of the
I
grab some of the
dropped,
blood and stick it back in. Run.
I dropped directly to
My
0.
opportunity attack. Can I use my cantrip or?
Well, Hylough already hit it, so I destroyed it.
Okay.
It's like dead now.
I dropped directly to 0, so
We're gonna be
All right.
dragging now.
This Sturge, you're at 0.
yeah,
Okay.
like I ended at 0.
Okay. This one,
So I'm just like, eh.
this one, you're at 0. This one flies forward and attacks Hylough. Hylough, that is a 19 to hit you.
Oh,
So it does 5 points of damage to you and attaches. And it will try to suck on the next turn, but I'm assuming you're going to want to do something else before then.
yeah.
All right. This Sturge sucks on Dresd'a, so this one's going to be... There's an attack here, but the attack roll is irrelevant. It's just how much damage it does. It does 4 points of damage to you, Dresd'a. That is not enough for it to actually detach, though. So it is still upon Dresd'a. Rhux, you are currently at 0. You don't have to make any death saving throws because you went exactly to 0. This Sturge... well, it's gonna... Two, 3. Dresd'a, you can make your opportunity attack, and it has to be an attack. A melee attack is what you get. You cannot do a cantrip, no.
Oh, how does that work since I'm scared of blades?
Punch it.
Well, you can hit it with your hand.
I will do that
That's a
then.
melee attack.
I will do that.
That sounds fine. Roll
Okay.
roll a strength check and add your proficiency.
Strength check and add my proficiency.
Yeah.
All righty.
And if you hit, you'll then do D3 damage. 2 damage. Either way, roll your strength check. So it's going to be that. Is your
Plus
strength
2.
plus? Is it that plus 2?
The proficiency is plus 2.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's 9.
Okay, 9 is not enough to hit it. You lash out at it, but you just miss as it goes by. It's like trying to hit a bat as it goes by. Iylis,
Does this go up with a creature?
No.
no,
Okay.
not this one.
I know
Iylis, this one gets an 18 and hits you,
What?
and you're now getting your blood sucked. It
No.
does 4 points of damage to you.
That's right.
And that it's now attached to you. All right. Hylough, you're up. You have one on you currently.
I will do the same thing I did last
All right.
time.
Give me
which
an
is to-
athletics check.
And I'm
13, and it has to do an acrobatics.
Oh,
It gets a 15. You're unable to pull it off.
darn! I'm going down.
Potentially.
Hmm.
Iylis, your turn.
And as I'm getting sucked,
Mhm.
I tell everybody
Let's see
I
here.
have that injector with the vials on me.
There you go. Barst is like, what are you talking about? and Iylis, you're up. You can cast a
We'll salvage
spell
it.
on it if you wish. So
I think I meant to cast Frostbite last time.
oops.
Sorry.
Well, the one that you hit last time for 1 point is dead now anyway. So
I see. Well, the one that's on me gets frostbitten.
okay, it's got to do a Constitution saving throw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Do Constitution saving throw. It gets a
Not enough.
not enough. It gets an 8. Numbing frost. So roll that damage. And it freezes while it's still in you, and you feel the spot where it's proboscis in goes really, really cold, and you kind of knock it away, and the proboscis breaks off. So the proboscis is still in your
Silly.
body, but the creature is deceased, and no longer sucking blood from you.
Very cool.
All right. Do you wish to move or anything?
I will move over here
Okay.
just so I can see better.
All right.
Or,
Dresd'a,
you,
your turn.
You don't want to come closer to help us? Maybe.
I'm scared.
So I'm going to try to target the one that's on Hylough.
Okay.
Don't you have?
Okay.
Same thing. All right. It needs to do a dexterity saving throw.
So you don't have one on you anymore?
Oh, she does, but all right, you hit it. Roll for damage. And that causes the thing kind of flames up and burns out, and you see the flame kind of gets extinguished as the thing kind of pops as it heats up and pops, and blood kind of splatters all over Hylough.
Ugh.
It's
Thanks.
dead though.
Thanks a lot. I needed that.
It's now dead though, so at least you got that going for you. All right, Barsk. Barsk is going to attack the one right in front of him with his dagger again, because it's just easier, and he completely misses as he swings with that dagger. Luckily, he didn't get the one though. All right, round 3. This Sturge attacks Barsk again. This time he hits and attaches. He's now going to have 5 points already sucked. Goes on to him, and he is now sucking Barsk. All right. Marcus. There's one currently on Barsk and one currently on Dresd'a.
The one on Barsk just got on Barsk.
Yes.
But I have disadvantage on hitting all of them, right?
Yeah, because they're technically on them. If you were there with a melee weapon, you wouldn't, but from...
Yeah. I'm putting my crossbow up,
Okay.
Heal somebody.
and then, yeah, I actually ain't gonna heal Cat. Well, who is that? That's Barsk?
That's Barsk.
How does he look health-wise?
He looks okay.
Okay, then instead I will double move.
Technically, his health should be lower than that. It should be. Oh no, it's right.
Double move and still heal?
I mean,
I've got a touch for healing anyway, so that's I guess.
okay. You don't want to
I've
heal.
used both my inspirations, so yeah.
Okay. All right. This Sturge right here.
First level sucks.
Yeah, we're getting close. All right. So it's draining more from you there.
Ooh,
Crit doesn't matter. Crit doesn't matter. But that does mean it still does. What was the first one it rolled? 3 plus 3, 6 points. So it drains 6 points from you. Dresd'a.
Crit doesn't matter.
No, because it's not attacking you. It's just
So then
just sucking.
the
3 plus 3.
so then the D4 was 3.
3 plus 3.
Okay.
So 6 points. And it detaches from you. And it starts flying away, kind of drunkenly. So 1, 2, Dresd'a, you can do an opportunity attack.
I get an off attack.
Punch it.
I'll do that again. I'll swing at him.
Okay.
Let's see. So that was, you said, a
Strength check,
strength
ability
check.
check, plus 2.
So it'll be 10.
Unfortunately, you still miss. It flies away. So that's 1, 2, so 5 to 1, 10, 15.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
No, because it was on her.
Hmm.
I'll let you have one. I don't care. It's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, 15 does hit it. All right. So as it's flying away from you, he swings out with his sword and it bursts in front of you, spraying blood everywhere. And it is deceased. There's only one left. Marcus is just up, so it's Rhux. You are still unconscious. Hylough, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna turn around and if I swing my longsword at the one on the, is it still a disadvantage on what's his name?
No, because you're in melee range.
Okay.
You do run the risk. Well, no, it's disadvantage if you don't want to hit him.
Well, I don't want to hit him.
Okay, so it's disadvantage. It's like this just
Or
means
I
if you
can-
miss, I don't have to worry about whether or not you hit him or not. That's all.
Okay.
Like if you do
Or-
not use disadvantage, then if you miss the creature, then I have to see if you hit him.
Okay. All right. We'll do this. I guess
So
that's probably.
disadvantage. You get a 12. That is not enough. You miss. That goes by it. Do you want to do anything else?
I don't think there's anything else I can do right now. No.
Okay. Iylis, you're up.
All right. Let's see here. Well, there's just the one.
There's
right?
one like currently sucking blood from Barsk. Yes.
From Barsk. How does he feel about getting a little chilly? I'm gonna do the frostbite again.
All right. Do a dexterity saving throw. Oh, I hit ability check. It's just the exact same
Constitution.
thing as the saving. Oh, is it Constitution? Thank you.
Yes.
It's the same either way for that one. It
Well,
gets
too
a
bad.
9.
Let's go. 3 damage, and that's the one that gives disadvantage on. It does say weapon attack.
Well, it freezes, and again, he gets cold, and Barsk kind of knocks it away, and
Cauterize the wound and all that.
that doesn't really cauterize the wound. The proboscis stays in it because it breaks off. So technically, you guys are currently dripping blood because the proboscis is still in you, and it's frozen. So Barsk basically just goes in there and digs it out and pulls it out and throws it to the ground. That's the end of the combat, by the way. That's the reason why. Iylis, do you want to do that?
I think I will.
All right. you take a time and you start digging around in there, and it hurts. But eventually, you pull out the thing. The coldness goes away, and you kind of drop it on the ground. And
So I'm going to heal Rhux and Dresd'a.
you're gonna do what? Sorry.
Heal
Okay.
Rhux and Dresd'a
Okay.
using both of my slots.
All right.
I'll take a vial if I could get one.
Anybody know how to?
For you.
Anybody know how to?
Who was that for?
That was for Dresd'a.
Okay.
9 Dresd'a.
Thank you.
For Rhux. 4 points for Rhux.
All right. So, Rhux, you come to, and your side is throbbing where the blood was kind of sucked out, but at least you're still alive.
You really did well. I mean, I know you may not remember it, but you had him.
Yeah, you're right. I had that guy.
Boris is like, is everybody okay?
Feeling a little weak.
I beat that guy
Well,
up.
we should try to get back as quick as we possibly can then, so we can get in before dark.
Yeah.
I made it real. I made a 16 on my deception check, so you believe you had to get you took him down.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, so you,
I
what are you
did
guys doing?
We're getting out of here, that's for sure.
Let's just hurry up and
I don't believe you.
get a little more comfortable.
All right, so you guys keep going, and make it back to the tower. About
Hate this.
20 minutes, 30 minutes later, 20 minutes later, something like that. The sun is the double suns are getting close to the horizon, or close to where they would be, but you still have some light left as you head down into the tower and into the cove. As you're going down into it, you see that Penvro and Praedyth are all the way down in the cove by the time you get there. Praedyth, you and Penvro have been going through all this stuff for quite a while. He also happens to mention that that as he's kind of going through this, he's like, maybe this will give us some insight into what this cataclysm was that destroyed their empire. Because he's like, this seems like, he starts going through stuff. He's like, this script here seems to be like it's predates the cataclysm, but the changes that he was telling you about seem to post-date it, based on the sort of the things that I can tell. Because this dialect of Malazant that this has been changed into is from well past, from probably the last 500 years or so. But eventually he tires of going through stuff, and you guys get down into the main cove. So everybody is down in the main place.
Actually, Peter, I want to go up to top and look for anything coming up on us, ships or anything.
Anything coming up on us?
I want to look out the ocean, do a perception roll from the top of the tower.
Okay, go ahead. You look around, and it's pretty calm seas as far as you can see.
Okay, I'll stay up there for a little bit before I go down.
Okay. You wait as the sun slowly head down into dusk, and then head down. What are you guys doing?
Get some rest.
Yeah, long rest.
All right, so
Eat some dinner, I
Penvro
guess.
seems pretty excited, Praedyth, by what he's found that day. And he's been writing, even after getting down to the basement, he's been writing like frantically in his little journal, his little book.
Okay.
So ask him what he found.
Is there anything specific that you are interested in, Praedyth, about what he's doing? Like, he's been slowly giving you little tidbits of things as he's been going through it, like I've been telling you, but is there anything specific you wish we're going to ask him, or anything?
Well, have you seen any of these kind of other ruins in any other place of the Sea of Tears?
Well, I have been through many a place on my travels around the Sea of Tears, and I've seen many different ruins. Most of them have been no more than maybe 1,000 years old. This is the first one that I think predates the fall of the Empire.
And you think this would be the heart of the empire, or just the?
Who
Just,
knows? Who knows? We have to figure out where we are and play in relation to everything else.
Okay.
However, if you guys go exploring on the island moving forward, I would like to come with. Maybe there will be other ruins in the jungle.
I'm sure everyone would be delighted to have you along.
Well, that's
That's
wow. That would be great of them. I see. I mean, I will do my part and try to make sure that we are not ambushed or anything. But hopefully, we can find some more interesting locales.
okay. Have you ever seen seen anything about their what kind of practices, religious practices, or practices of that kind they would have back in the Empire days?
Not in these particular things, but they seem to be polytheistic, is I think the terms. They worshipped many gods. At least in the ruins that I found previously.
Interesting.
The gist of the Malazan Empire is that it's basically, think of it as Aztecs.
Oh, okay.
In the general terms of how their
Really?
culture was and things like that. There were multiple types of species, so the Naga, the Kalion, the Alec, a few others, all kind of held together by a ruling kind of god king. Is sort of the gist you get from listening to Penvro. At least that's what they think.
Do you know? What do you know currently about the culture? Like, are they warlike, or what
I
kind
don't
of?
know.
What kind of?
I mean, they made weapons of war, of course. We found swords and spears, and I mean, strange designs of them. But once you use them, they're I don't know, like their swords are very light and feel like like you're wielding a feather. At least that's what some warriors that I talked with when they tried them out had said. I haven't found much of their books of knowledge, however, probably because if they were written on papyrus or parchment or anything like that, they've long since decayed away. But things like what we have found up above with the runes and those things, the writing carved into the walls, that tends to last longer. So hopefully we can find more of that around here.
Those weapons, they were made out of some special material, or just the way they were made make them feel like?
I don't know. I'm not a blacksmith.
Yeah.
I mean, I sold them off to various people when I found them. Warriors the people that I sold them to seem to be appreciative of them. They brought pretty good coin.
Could you teach me how to understand this language?
Certainly, it will take time, but sure.
Well, of course. All right, sounds good.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything? While you're having that conversation, give me what's your passive perception, Brian?
It should be 12, I think.
What's your bird's passive
Yeah,
perception?
12. That
Actually,
would be
13.
higher. Yeah, 13.
So, you get a sort of a feeling from the bird that you're being watched. And surreptitiously, as you're looking around, you notice that the little Sylvan girl seems to be looking in your direction, but you realize she's not watching you. She's watching Penvro.
I'll move that book back.
And her brow is slightly furrowed, as if she's lost in thought or confused or concerned about something.
Can I do a perception check to see kind of what she's specifically looking at, what she's noticing?
You can try,
or like if he does like certain movements or things that she picks up on more, or something like that.
You can do something. I mean, you can give a perception check. I mean,
it's good.
You don't necessarily understand what she's picking up or anything like that.
And the little Sylvan girl, this is the one that was with the giant dude,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She was also very
The one that was
concerned
freaked
on
out
the way
about
down.
Okay.
Okay.
What is everybody else doing? I'm assuming you're
Can I
eating
do my
some of the
binding
food and-
thing?
You can do another binding if you wish.
Now, has it been long enough for me to attempt the Sea Sister one again, or do I still have time left?
You don't think it's been long enough now.
Okay. And that's a charisma?
Yep, you do a charisma check. Against the thing's DC.
Ooh.
You redraw your binding, and he still outmaneuvers you, and again, it's a bad pact.
That sucks.
Man,
What is your charisma?
It's pretty high. I'm sucky rolls. I rolled the 4 and a 3.
yeah, she
Yeah,
rolled
it's
a 4
pretty
and a
high.
3.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's
God
just
bless.
basically you get the same pact as you did before. As you try to renegotiate it.
It's a 3-ring binding.
Or in this case, it's a flayed binding with, and in fact, this time though, you have the patch of flayed skin on the back of your neck. You also have a patch on your left forearm.
Oh my goodness. That's
seems
gotta
to be
hurt.
seems to be
They're all
some kind of tithe for making him renegotiate.
I'm going to explain it away as a potential allergic reaction to being bit by that sturge.
Yeah, it's all good. You do what you can explain it that way to anybody that asks.
Hey, what's up with your arm?
Anybody that cares.
Actually, I should ask, Dresd'a, did you do that where anybody could see it?
No,
Okay, just making sure. Where would you have done it, by the way? Sorry.
we're at the tower. I would have I'd like to sneak up to that. If was somebody up at the top?
Yes, Marcus was up at the top. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
So if you went up there to try to do it up at the top, you found Marcus up there kind of looking around on the
I
top.
would
of
have
it.
either. I probably would have tried to tell him that somebody was looking for him downstairs, like in the tunnels or something.
How much insight that?
That would be deception.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus, I thought I heard somebody was asking for you downstairs.
Wow.
I was expecting that to fail, and it did not.
That was a crit.
This is
That
the
was
this is
a
the
crit.
charisma check where she does well.
You're
When
like
she's trying to deceive everyone else.
Marcus. You're pretty sure that she's telling the truth.
I've been up here too long.
You know, you thought maybe that she was maybe just trying to get a fix. Maybe she still had more of that drug, but you know, as she kind of explains what's going on. Yeah, it seems likely that she really does. Somebody really does down there.
All right. Are you gonna be up here a while to keep watch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I am.
Anymore?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So yeah, after he goes down, you redo that. Try to renegotiate the binding. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to do anything before? Like, I'm assuming you eat. I'm assuming you guys chat for a bit, and then want to do long rests.
I'll check on A's again.
Okay. Yeah, she's uncomfortable, but it does seem to be healing. It doesn't look like she's going to lose the arm. I mean, it's a very purplish color, probably because there's a lot of bones poking out and things like that. But at least you got.
It's always nice.
All right. And who wants to do watches of any sort, and where do you want to do them?
Rhux is not doing watch until third watch. He's dead. He's not interested.
I'll do a third watch too.
I'll do the first watch.
Do second again.
Upstairs.
Okay, so Hylough's going to go up to the first watch and all the way at the top of the tower, or just sort of at the.
No, at the
The
entrance
first-
to
at
the.
the entrance, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do first watch, but I want to watch for the actual water entrance.
Okay, so you're going to watch at the sea cave entrance. All right. Anybody else on first watch?
Me.
All right, Aaron's doing first watch. All right, here we go. You guys, you kind of head up after sort of the evening repast kind of thing finishes off, and there's been a little bit of chatting. Because you're kind of in the cave, you're not really running any kind of fire per se currently. And a few people complain about that, but only in the sense that there's just no fire. Like you've got some torches up and things like that, but having a big fire might smoke you out, so you're kind of holding off on that for now. But hopefully you can figure something out there. But you guys head up. One of you head up to the top. One of you look at the cove entrance. You spend the next few hours kind of watching things. Hylough, give me a perception check as you're kind of watching. Same thing for Marcus.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah, Hylough, you're feeling a little sleepy, but you continue to watch out there. You hear the noises of the insects and strange. I'm not sure if they're birds or something else that's kind of yelping every now. Maybe it's you haven't seen any like mammals or anything of any large size. It's been really small things, so you're not sure what's making those strange noises out there. Marcus, looking into watching the sea cave, you realize that over at about halfway through it, that it seems like maybe you've kind of reached high tide. That's about it. Second watch. Who do they wake up?
Me.
Iylis, Praedyth. These two again.
Yep. Just my raven never sleeps, so it's always on watch.
Okay.
Well, that's
I let
a
him
weird
know.
raven.
I let him know that it's pretty noisy up there. And like jungle noises, but
Yeah.
whatever.
All right. So you guys. Oh, give me the same things or whatever. Both of you give me perception checks as well.
You. Should I roll one for my
If you wish.
roll one for Lewis as well?
The burb.
The bird gives you a bird.
Hey, I did good.
Wow.
Oh, the bird sucks.
Are you both
Roll
upstairs?
for it.
Hold on. I should have asked this question.
I was
Are you-
planning on being downstairs.
Okay, so you're gonna stay downstairs, Iylis. Praedyth, are you going upstairs or you?
No, I was gonna have the bird stay upstairs and I was gonna be downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Remember, for you to actually.
Are there more levels? I'll be like on the kind of the edge of 100 feet. I
Okay.
don't want to go too far away. But I want to be within.
Iylis, you kind of watch that sea cave entrance, and I mean, at some point, maybe you think maybe there was some strange, like a beast of some size, of a sea creature of some size, but I mean, it kind of went past the opening and made noises that went past. That's about it. As far as the upper entrance, the bird doesn't notice anything. And a few more hours pass, and who do you wake up? It was Rhux and Dresd'a?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going where, or both going up top?
I'll head up top.
All right. What about Rhux?
I'll stay in the cave.
Okay.
I can go swimming if I need to.
All right. Give me a perception check, both of you. Dresd'a, you kind of again up there. It's the over the course of the 3 hours, the insect noises kind of fade away or get more down to a murmur. Whatever those strange noises that Hylough heard pretty much ended during the middle of the second watch. Whatever they are, they're gone. And then Rhux, you don't notice anything in particular at the sea cave entrance. I mean, just a gentle wave coming in and spreading out into the cove. That's about it. Cat or Dresd'a, the twin suns start to rise in the east, and it is morning. Everybody can have a long rest.
Yay.
And I'm assuming while you're up there, Dresd'a, you want to do your next binding.
Yes. Do I do it before or after the long rest?
After the long rest.
Okay.
They bring cookies. happy or feed the demon.
And has enough time passed that I can try the Sea Sister?
Well, let me see. Trying to find something real quick. You could try it. You're not sure, but you can try it.
All right. It's still a charisma?
Well, we're gonna go through the ritual if you wish.
Yes.
All right, so you start to perform the ritual. You again draw the seal inside of this. Like the summoning circle you make is maybe about 2 feet wide. It's not very large. You put the candles out, and you start intoning the eldritch words. This time something clicks, and you feel the power build, and you feel the mist in the middle of the thing slowly coalesce into this head of a storm giant. It's dripping wet, and it is 100% what you remember seeing in your dream. On the top of the shoulders of the giant woman that pulled your arms off. She it kind of comes up, and you can see the eyes flash with a momentary hatred, and then you watch as the hair itself kind of splits in back, and the head rises up on 2 legs of that hair. Like the hair is like legs, and then it starts talking with you in your head, and you guys do your pact. So now do your charisma roll. There you go.
Oh, daggone
After a
time.
little bit of talking, the eyes flash again with a bit of hatred, a bit of anger, but also a little bit of respect. And the pact is made, and the head basically turns into a white frosty mist that flows into you again through your eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. And then you feel the power that you had once before when Shax was part of you. And you get a good pact. So you can suppress the
Nice.
sign and all that sort of stuff.
Yay. And the flayed thingies went away.
The flayed thingies go away.
Yay.
When you get a good pact, you can suppress the sign, so only you see it at that point. So again, you know with Shax at this point, there's the scar of basically having your head removed, the puckered scar around your neck, but only you see that. No one else can see it with a good pact. And then you don't have the personality trait.
Okie dokie.
The funny part about Shax, though, is that if you fail that one, you become possessive and territorial, and you demand compensation for anything you do.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Give
want me
me
to
the
do
drugs
you
back!
you want me to do watch? Okay, I want a gold piece.
That's right. What's in it for me?
Yeah, exactly. But you do not. That does not do your thing this time. You guys have finished your long rest. The day starts anew, and I think we'll stop there because we got about 10 minutes left, so it just makes more sense to stop on a day. Hope everybody's having a good time. This was sort of, I wanted to get some combat in this particular one because we did more role playing last time and less combat, so trying to alternate as much as
Loved the
possible.
combat. It was so fun.
Rhux is not happy about it.
I liked getting sucked.
Just a reminder that there's a few things that you still have that you could do. Exploring the island is still always an option. You've started to kind of do that by going up the coast on the eastern side. The captain, you're still not sure if she survived or not. There was the tracks that you just found heading north. There was the creature that you saw the previous night that's still maybe not tracked into, that was over by the river. There's still a few other things like hunting and stuff like that, which will, at some point, Bars kind of has suggested you guys start doing that so you don't utilize all the food in the barrels and stuff. So, and
Basically, a sea monster.
And I can also go look at the cool smiley face buildings. That
yes,
may or may not
and
be
there's a
buildings.
possibility that maybe there is something more to the shoals that are to the south. And I will we'll leave that for next time.
Cool.